Washing gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up. 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. Rock that 35 round. We have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo. Sure enough, it's that push from the backside. Finds Jazz.
Licença, Tocinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Limes! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada!
Som, morto.
Vou cravar cima, trava esquerda,
Tem um, só tem real. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar
Pode ver agora, calma, segura.
Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god. We've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's been around the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. A pointless in with the side of Nova. Dave is going in for you.
People team, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all one. Four. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper in this area, but right now you're just sniping. 80 was close. Lucky. Get headshot. Costco, you the smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extend was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem Misa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Kells. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Found herself on that Sparrow shot. But the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, brick stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there for the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrows can push back up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone.
Welcome back, guys. My name is Diana and I'm your host for Mobile Mayhem Day 5. Obviously, I'm here with Zim and Verdict, who are our caster for tonight as well. So I hope you're gonna have lots of fun like always, because I really love being here with them. They are actually very, very funny. and awesome, and I love hearing them test, right? Verdict, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm doing pretty well. I had a little bit of a blunder with setting up this new program that we got running for capturing clips called Vertical. It's amazing, but I almost couldn't get the scenes to open up after I installed it until I was just a master of wizardry and pulled off the impossible. So we're here today, and thankfully for so I'm looking forward and hopeful to seeing how this day 5 pans out. I'm great. How are you, Deanna? Deanna, I know we've had 5 days into the regular season. How are you feeling so far about it?
Absolutely amazing. I'm actually very excited to see every team play, right? And overall to see the teams that maybe gonna play in this year's championship. The teams that are gonna be formed this Mobile Mayhem, I guess, gonna be quite solid. So with this all the roster changes and so on, the couple of days, I'm actually very excited to see the whole season coming in Mobile Mayhem, to see which team's gonna play and how. But Tim, how was your day?
Was good. Not too long. Woke up early this morning and got some stuff set up. Had a nice breakfast, but we're back in it. We're good, and got a good day coming up.
I'm actually very excited for today's games, but before we talk about our schedule, Verdi, can you go over the standings from last time?
Absolutely. Take a look at it as it's on the screen for display. 60 points for the boys themselves, Animus. They're back in town. They're looking better than ever. Handled business, more importantly, this past Tuesday against a 117 team who we might have claimed to be one of the better teams in EU. Made light work of them. Kings right there at 60 as well. 31ers sitting with 40. 117 with 40 as well. 35 for Icemont, 25 for the Ducks. Zidium and Enigma tied at 20, and Team Typhoon with 15 and Void at 5. So it's a scramble. It's a race. Still plenty of season left to go for some of these teams to get to that top 6 marker, and that's important. Why? Because you've got to make the top 6 if you're going to be making the playoffs.
I'm gonna go over the schedule of today's games. Alright. We're gonna start with the first game is gonna be Animus versus Enigma, followed by FA Ducks versus Void. The third game is gonna be 31ers versus 117 Not Found, and the fourth game gonna be Typhoon versus Icemont. So seeing the schedule, what do you think will be the highlight of tonight's Verdict?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Taking a look at the schedule today, it's definitely not as eventful as what we've seen in the past few days. If I had to take a pick, it would have to be the 117 and 31ers matchup as like the best matchup of the night. Why? Because 31ers are riding high off of beating the Ducks this past Tuesday. 117 are on the bounce back and the regain of getting handed, or their butts handed to them against Animus. I think it's going to be a great day to kind of figure out what this 117 identity is. And if they truly are an elite team, if they are, they'll handle this one in a 2-0 fashion. If they're not, 31ers might be able on the rise. So Animus and Enigma also going to be a great one too. Zim, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's always really nice to see Brixa and Lydia play, so I think that this matchup is going to be probably my favorite one for the night. But yeah, I'm still not sold yet on 31er. I'm more down on Ducks than I am anything else between that matchup as far as it goes. But interesting matchups for sure, and we'll see if they can actually step up to the plate and actually become that next top European team. A lot of work for it to be done, but will be an interesting task. 117 is not a team to be trifled around, and after getting bullied, like you said, against Animus, surely they're not really thinking about losing this one. So it'll be an interesting one for sure.
I agree. Well, nobody asked, but I'm gonna say which is mine. Well, I do believe it's gonna be very interesting to watch actually 31ers versus 117 Not Found. After like seeing them playing last time, okay, against I think it was Ducks, right? They've been actually impressed me, so I'm definitely looking forward to actually watch them today play. But we're gonna focus on the first game of tonight. That's gonna be Enigma versus Animus, right? And Sim, can you go over the maps?
Yeah, for this particular matchup, we've got a really good series for us. We've got Hardpoint on Standoff. That's going to be red side for Animus. That's a good side. Then we're going to go on to an S&D on Slums, where Enigma will have that defensive side. And if we do go to a third game Control, actually be a firing range where Animus will have the defenders. So look to me like Animus is actually going to be the team to still an advantage in the series, but interesting maps and then fun ones nonetheless. We got map bans for each team being Raid for Animus. That's an interesting one. And Enigma opting to ban the Hacienda. We gotta just start straight up bullying teams that ban Hacienda. Boo. Don't ban Hasi. Play teams on Hasi. But good series coming up.
Both teams are in the lobby, so I'm gonna be back after you guys finish this first game.
Alrighty, day 5, here we go. Deanna will be back after this series. Animus flexing here in this series. It should be a 2-0, Zim. Be honest with you, if it does go to a game 3, it's going to have to be, you know, because of a DQ. I know you want to hype this series up, but I'm calling it for what it's worth. It's going to start here in standoff, and it's going to finish in that slum search or destroy. Bar a miracle, Enigma. What do you have in the tank? What do they have to do? What are the keys to victory? What do you have to find success on to take a little bit of a chip out of the armor that is Animus that they have built up? Arguably the best team in EU. Can they do it?
I don't know if they can. It'll be a very, very tall task for them to do it on a hard point, especially one like a standoff that's just very, very native to every single one of these teams that play at the top level. As we see really nice first wave come out for Animus, and this is just going to continue throughout the entirety of this game. We got full map coverage right there. Gotila on the statue doing all the work right here. Shark winning his 1v1s on the hill. He's already sitting at 2, and early time again going for Animus. But like you were saying, it's going to take a lot of unorthodox movement on the map. We're really going to need to work on flipping our spawns, as they're actually doing that in the back alley right now. But with a level of consistency that is difficult to do against a top team that's also matching it. So if it's not on the hard point, we have seen this team take on top teams in the search. That's maybe where you're going to have your best bet, on a slums where maybe that's not a big common map for a lot of teams to play. But it has to be in the S&D for sure.
Has to be in the S&D for sure. Right now, I'm watching Denisio finally get taken down. He was on a 5 spree. Looking for more over to the P2 connection. Right now, it's a close ball game. Too close to call. Factory side rotation is going to be made. And guess what? Animus are nowhere around the hill. But all is fair here in this hardpoint map. You can see the spawns now starting to get collected. Narcs and Gadella and Marvel all combining in the feed. The sweep is going to come through, and now it's about the bodies of the waves coming through from the players over at Enigma. So Animus doing so far so good of clearing out this factory site, but Denisio is going to be able to get the hop-up. Shark's down low. He's the last hope. He's going big. Brixta shutting him down. Balance there to fill the slack, but it's not him who wins the gunfight. It's Denisio. He has been absolutely crucial here in this series, and not necessarily getting the break completely with that TAC 5 coming through. But again, I add a little bit of a spark and a little flair to this Enigma roster, making it look pretty doable, right? Still a competitive game. Heading over to P3, where we will see Big Blue open up here in about 30 seconds. Cutting your losses this early, Zim. What are the calls? Do you like that? You like that IGL, you know, making the decision to go to Big Blue already that late or this early?
And when you're playing a team of the caliber of Animus, you got to take your chops where you get them. You beat them on the P2 transition. Just kind of lost out a little bit on those trades. If you take a look at the scoreboard right now, Balance only sitting at 1 kill. That's not going to be that case for long. So making that rotation over across the map to try to win that first wave is exactly what it is you want to do, considering Blue is a big 60 hill as well. But sure as it happens, Animus one waves them, takes them out before the hill even pops, and now they're taking first time on the blue hill. So big lead now for Animus. We got operators getting popped. That's Marvel with the Annihilator in the deep. We got Narcs as well with the Sparrow up top. He's gonna actually cop, but he'll trade it with a car bomb here. And trades are going for Animus. They're also getting big time here. The waves are staggering now for Enigma, and that rotation didn't look like it paid off. Good in essence, but we gotta win those gunfights if we are the side of Enigma. Take a look at the scoreboard real quick. We got Denisio having himself a really big game, like you highlighted earlier, at 12-5, but here comes the rotation. In for Enigma again, first to the site, but Shark is on the scene. He's on the prowl, getting a couple kills there, and he as well is matching that big performance from Denisio at 15-6.
Yeah, he is indeed. Now, see, TAC 5 is going to be popped for this team of Brixta now as operators getting wasted early on for Animus. I can't really say too much about it. I mean, it's a waste or not. They got the hill. That's all that matters. 36-101. Hill's going to be popped here in about 2 seconds. Enigma need to hold on for dear life. First wave of players coming through. It is going to be Etsy coming with the Sparrow. Shutting down one, the front entrance through the boxes. Nobody's there. Looking for the TAC 5 breach on in to the point. It's not happening. Leader's going to come through with a massive 2-piece to shut down the back door. And what was looking like a promising break here for the boys over at Animus, they're going to have to work for it. Purifier out. Vat dropped. Does find one before she goes, or before they go. But lo and behold, it's Enigma on the point. 30 seconds left to go. Plenty of time to scrap for if you are Animus. You need to continue to hold on for dear life if you're Enigma. This is certainly a winnable game based off of this first set of hills. You've managed to keep it close after getting a big P4 investment. Got to continue to get those early setups to pan out. If you're going to rotate to P2, you're going to rotate to P3, you got to show me something on the scoreboard that's going to indicate it was worth rotating for. Balance! Coming through, cleaning house on the bottom market side. He says he wanted all 7 of those scrap time seconds. Well, he gets 5 of them, but he has continued to add some blood to the fire. So, 108-84, P1 reset coming through. Zim, this one's closer than I anticipated, but it's still the first set of hills that we're talking about.
Yeah, it was on the back of one of those early transitions where they won the first few gunfights there and got a 60 on the market. And that wave that set them up to actually get back into the game was actually more important than just the time. It happened to be Animus's tack wave as well that was just shut down by that gravity vortex, really well placed by the side of Leader. And that got them back in the game. Now 40-point lead, only 40 for Animus. Right now 2 kills for Denisio in the middle of the map. It is a P1. We like to get scrappy on this one, as Denisio's getting another 3-piece right here on the hill. And now it's only Vat versus Gutila on the point. He's got a little bit of help with He's going to clear out that point right there. He's got 40 points now in the lead, but the rotation as well, once again. We're looking at this map in totality. Animus has been much, much better on the breaks, but Enigma is leading them pace-wise on these transitions. Now they just need another one of these 60s to fall, and they might mess around and take the lead.
Well, let's see if they can mess around and take the lead here now. We're going to go ahead and buckle up. First listen and jumping in with the boys and girls over at Enigma.
I'm gas, one gas.
Guard it. Backpack,
Nice
backpack, on farm. I'm stunning farm.
Wedge zig.
Dumpster stun, backpack, stun. Good hill. I'm stunning.
Pushing.
Don't peek.
Jump back on
One
HP.
shot, Claude. They have stick 5.
Backpack low.
Top 5.
Gas dead.
Just 1 HP. Okay.
He's not peeking.
Maybe
I'm
go
going
for
next,
next. I don't
I'm
think
going
we
next,
can
huh?
take it.
One gas, inside gas.
Okay, there it is. I've heard enough. Already buckling up, heading to next. That means 30 seconds for free, basically, Zim. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, they just weren't able to find a wave to, truly get formulated. It's a lot better at the end of the day to get a solid wave on your transition. As you see a really nice barrel shot there from Menti. You'll pick up 2. But it's really nice to get a solid wave on transition where you have your collection of players available to yourself, as opposed to throwing staggered, repeated waves at Animus, who, they're a top team. They're going to deal with those staggered waves really, really well, and all you're really going to end up doing, beating them operators and score streaks. So, rotation in its call is really good, but only if we can secure a couple kills, as unfortunately Animus is pinching this hill and making it so that those kills that they get are causing those double spawns here. As we have another nice popping it off right there in the cutoff. And the Annihilator's alive in the hill.
Denisio.
And that's going to be Denisio peeking greedily for the third. You got to stay alive for the time here, as we are actually behind. We need to get every single second possible. But Vat's winning a couple big gunfights on the bottom, and it's going to be up to Bricks to kill Balance coming up the window. Balance will actually convert that in another 20 seconds of scrap time. I mean, they're living off scrap right now, and they're pushing this lead. And Enigma, every single transition that they're getting to go for themselves is falling just short because of those waves not being able to be traded properly at the point of most contact. So you have Etsy up top right here. He's going to get flanked by Vat on the boxes. They'll make quick work of him as well. And Brixta, I mean, we opened this up and we looked at this last time as well. Brixta struggling in the hard point once again. And this is your TAC 5 player. This is a person that you really need to constantly be producing points, constantly be producing operator charge, so that you can get those tack waves and match Shark, who on the other side is going to give you a level of the consistency. With that tack 5 wave coming inbound, this is going to be another big one. We'll see. They don't have the gravity vortex here to deal with it the same way that they did last time, so a big tack 5 wave from Shark could lead to a break.
Oh, it could, but look at that. Oh no, the timing! had the Fury, was waiting for the reinforcements to get aggressive with it, and the timing could not have been better for the side of Animus. They're going to get the break. It's going to stick. One last hope here for the push. 45 seconds is what's needed to, well, 35 seconds is what's needed to close it out. Not enough time to do so. Let's go ahead and jump in with the comms over at Animus to see how they sound if they can close it out.
Vas-y, I'm gonna set him new. Roken, Archak.
Roken, they are on you. Nice. Grand ma, get here.
Ouais.
Top grand ma.
C'est l'idée.
Top grand ma.
Nice. Watch Grandma, go Deli. Watch Grandma. Nobody Deli.
Watch out my broken, un flash.
Grandma. Push.
Broken.
Aspen blue.
Voilà.
I go top blue, wait me guys, I'm gonna take kill.
One deli,
Deli,
what you mid.
Deli.
Where? Top.
Bottom grandma. Dead, one more on side.
Garde-nous, de top Grandma, Bennett, top Grandma, champion Bennett.
Top granny maintenant. On side, go.
Vas-y, let's go.
Push side heavy.
Okay, push side heavy. Balance gets blasted off the objective. Still time to close it out here, but Animus locking and loading. They got a 90-point advantage. Roll it into this P1 reset, and 20 seconds left to go on it. Only need to put the ribbon and tie it up. This one's about to be closed down. Godzilla for 2, looking for the 3rd. He can't be denied. He's going to shut it down. That has won them this game, along with several other key plays from all of the Animus players. And ladies and gentlemen, no upset season here. It is Animus handling business in a pretty dominant way. Got to give it to Enigma, though. Those rotations look solid. The holds, on the other hand, not quite there. The scrap time, definitely, debatable. Overall, a decent performance against a team that, I mean, made it look easy against 117 on Tuesday.
It's difficult to consistently lead transition against the top team, especially the likes of which that has been dominating the region for the past, couple seasons. Animus, they don't mess around. They beat you in a variety of different ways. We've gotten to see them play against several different opponents, and when they're firing, they're really firing, and they're oppressive in almost every single phase of the game. Enigma did do, quite honestly, much better than them on transition. They led almost every single 60. They led the P2 transitions. They led the P3 transitions. They led the P4. I think we only saw Animus actually make it to one hill uncontested on a transition that Enigma, quite honestly, just didn't lead because they needed to get that scrap time on the back end of it towards the second half of the game. So if you are Animus and you take anything from this matchup, you look back at it and you say, yeah, we really need to be proactive on the map and not just live on scrap time. But at the same time, if the other team is just going to give you 20-30 seconds of free chunk, you got to take it all day, every day. So Animus, they do the work, and just going into the VC there, I think we could definitely distinctively recognize the difference in level that they're coming. I don't get the feeling going into that listening that they're actually playing up to their 100% capabilities. Maybe it is because this is an opponent that they don't think is in the same class as them, but nevertheless, Enigma has to capitalize on these things. We're going into an S&D on slums. You've got the defensive side, so this is your map advantage. This is the pick of Animus, but I believe, for the time being, slums is a defensive-sided map. So you got to convert on these rounds, and you got to make sure that when you are on offense, if you are an Enigma, you're playing to pace, you're playing to your strengths, and you're making sure that you're being the one dictating the rounds.
There you go.
You gotta win this round.
Gotta win this map. It's now or never, right? Gotta give a huge shout out to Brad iOS coming through with a 10 tier 1 gifted subs. Ladies and gentlemen, if you received one from Brad iOS, make sure you tell them thank you so very much. Grateful. Brad has came through like several days at EU and just made it rain. Absolutely a thrill to have you in. Day 1 supporter, if I'd say so myself. Huge fan. We're going to get geared up for the Search and Destroy, as Zim's already mentioned. It is going to be on that slums map. And this one being a little bit more defensive oriented. It's got to be big rounds here in the first 6 for the side of Enigma. This is the chopping block. You either win or you're out 2-0. Obviously, this is an Animus team that's, I mean, they're riding the highs of just absolutely stomping that 117 roster. I say stomping. It was beating. It was brutal. It was tough to watch. Had a lot of high hopes to see a game 3 in that series, but it got cut shy. We'll see if this one is able to go the distance. It's got to be starting the pace here in the first 6 rounds for Enigma, and if Animus can't afford to have any mistakes here. Anything can happen on this map. Obviously, we've seen several opportunities for overtimes, too. First initial wave of players coming through. It is 3 in the feed. Oh, yellow. Animus locking it down here on the B site. Vat and Bricks are the last ones alive. The only casualty so far has been Shark. Vat in a big gunfight right here. Needs to win it. Can't do so. Marvel finishing off Brickster right there as well. 1-0. Damn near flawless in the first there for the attack.
I mean, that was absolutely clinical. We got to take a look at the tactician players for each team. That's going to be Shark on the side of Animus, and he's holding both of those flashes, so he'll be an extremely key player. And Etsy on the other side, who has tac throw and stuns. So we got another interesting push here for the side of Animus. They're actually going to hit the full grave push onto the bomb site, navigating all of the would-be utility that comes out into the front of the bricks. And look at this, absolutely coordinated, absolutely lethal. And I don't like this at all if I am Enigma. We're completely giving up map control for free against Animus, and this is not something you can do on this map, let alone against this team. If you actually play this way, all you do is display to the other team that you're horrified on the map. You don't want to be there on the map with them. And if I'm them, I'm smelling blood.
Yeah.
And I'm going for absolutely all of the space that I can. You don't want to give free bomb site plants. This is a map that, quite honestly, the defense gets there quickly. They get to the point quickly. They've got the nice positions quickly, and the offense has to run through to plant the bomb. So physically, in a position of standing, you have to be contesting these choke points. As we're going to have balance running right across the middle of the P1. It's going to pick up 2 there. That's going to be Etsy and Denicio. And just the bomb is going to go down, and they're just running directly at them.
Oh my!
They're not playing for map control. They're playing very, very horrified. It doesn't look like they're identifying how it is that Animus is actually getting to this point. Their tac players throwing the same stuns, missing the same stuns, not changing up the stun angle. It looks like they're kind of running around with their heads cut off.
No, it is, and right there, Leader's actually going to be able to open up with the first blood, and for the first time, this Enigma team sparking a little bit of life. 3 rounds in, getting the woodwork handed to him. Shark's going to be able to open up with 1 for himself, though, but the trades are in. 1 for 2 style. Animus slow now on this B side, and finally, after 4 rounds, you start to see a little bit of a slower pace game, as this one has been balls to the wall, hit the B site, take as many bodies as you can, get the bomb down. Last round, we didn't even get the bomb plant down. It was just bodies dropping left and right. Got to contest this one. We've seen it. You can't directly not... You can't afford to not peek this B site and expect to win a round on a bomb plant for free. Big gunfights there for Shark and Leader as Leader's dropped. But we'll take the trades and we'll live off of them if we're Enigma. We got to bank on these last 2 players not clutching up. Denicio going to be able to find one through the seams. Sharks drop. Cathilla's on his own. 3 to his name. Needs 3 more to close this round out. That says finally Enigma can put a point on the board here in the Search or Destroy. And what was different about that approach? I mean, honestly, we saw the first 2 rounds.
They played mid. They played mid, and they didn't let Animus run through for free.
Okay, all right.
That's really all it is. Like regardless of the trades, you can get first blooded. The power of being there in a position on mid map is oppressive to the other side. You need to stop them, obviously, from running over. As we're gonna see Narcs hop over the wall and work a little bit of a gunfight there with balance. But now it's Narcs and Shark left in a 2 versus 2. That's gonna be Brixton and Denicio, both snipers. Probably leaning for the time being towards the side of Animus. They've got the gun positioning, but if we are the side of Enigma, we do have the benefit of knowing exactly where the bomb is down, and the gunfight's going to come through there. That's going to be Narcs onto Denicio, and he's going to miss all of those shots. Even just 1 shot there, not confirm the kill. And now it's a 1 versus 2 position for Denicio. But yeah, going back to that, that's really all you need. You need these rounds to come out to this pace. You need to make sure that you're not letting Animus run through your grave for free. You need to make sure that you're trying to get your first blood, at the very least attempting to try to get a first blood. And that's what we saw that round. But 1 versus 2 position here for Denicio. We've got Shark in the middle of the grave. He's essentially cutting off the entirety of the map, as Denicio's going to see him here, but Shark will hear the slide, and he'll reposition into blue directly. Now Denicio's in a rough position. He's got to try to make a kill happen, but he's going to get a hit marker there, and quite honestly, Narcs was just around the corner ready for the trade. But that's the formula. Whether or not you actually win the rounds because of the trades is what it is, but you need to make sure you're playing mid-map.
Need to make sure you're maintaining that traffic flow. Obviously, that round got away from him. It was 2v2, but it's against Narcs and Shark. Let me tell you, man, you don't be in the water with Shark. He's a demon right here as we see the B-side hit, a A-side hit, actually. There's a little bit of a shuffle. I mean, I kind of like the play call. You don't want to be one-dimensional. I know this is a one-dimensional map. Etsy here to try to play spoilers. Gonna get some shots on one, but tags don't result in kills. Shark cleans it up. Vat there for the trade, 1v1 style. 35 seconds left to go. You've got to lock and load, and players are dropping. Bodies are hitting the floor. Denisio's the last hope. Shark says, not today, homie. 5-1. First 6 rounds. I mean, it's been brutal so far for Enigma. I thought they had a fighting chance here, and seeing the defense, first 6 defensive rounds going 90% in favor of Animus. I don't know. There's got to be something that they can do here on the attack that'll reel it back in. Balance opening up with the first snipes. He says, I'm not trying to play any kind of SMG roles. He's just holding the lane here on the B side. Nobody shall pass. Well, everybody should pass. Bro, you should be ashamed. How do you miss 6 shots in a row right there? Good thing for Gathilla being there to take the player who does creep through the brick side of the map. But the bomb's down and trades have been made. Clear map control here for Animus. It is their control that has been dictating the pace and the game mode so far. The search or destroy has been a blunder, but Denisio, the silver lining, able to find one player advantage back in the hands of Enigma. Can they capitalize?
I mean, Verdict, it really is just the difference of utility, that the nades and the stuns and the flashes being thrown at just the right spot at just the right time, that's giving that space for them to run through that P1, that mid-map, and get that control for the side of Animus. That's just not meeting up to par for the side of Enigma. They're going to win this round offensively off the back of a little bit of a pace switch there, but we saw it again. Flashes and stuns coming out, Bricks and Grave as well, are going to halt the approach there for Enigma and allow Animus to actually push very, very aggressively over the 50-yard line and get a first blood, and they'll convert it. But there's not too many of these that we can actually kind of rest on our laundrils there. We're going to have Marvel go for first blood there on Denisio, and Denisio will make him pay for that. We actually have Etsy as well, AFK in the back, so perhaps why we're playing the pace here. I know they have an AFK, so they got to play a little bit slower naturally, and you give up that mid-map control to the side of Animus once again, which is ever so dangerous, as we had balance in a really, really pushed up and aggressive position right here outside of the grave. Denisio will catch another one onto Gatila, and that's what you need from Denisio. You need your star sniper to open up some of these kills. Take a look at the kill feed right here. So we got balance on big flank. They don't know what's happening right now, but he's going to be behind all 3 of them, and we'll actually see if he holds the trigger a little bit, but he'll catch 2. Certainly off of the bomb side, get turned on just in time, but that'll be Shark left in a 1 versus 3, and Enigma will win a round. That's good. So maybe like naturally or unnaturally, you find a little bit of a pace that kind of matters, that you can use against Animus. It happens to be that the AFK actually forced them to slow down, and they're finding a little bit of success now. So we can see you're obviously not beating Animus utility-wise, like out of the gate. They're bombing the front of the bricks area here, but you're finding utility of your own. That's finally Bricks to coming through with a nade, and it looks like after you're waiting for everything to kind of come down, you can look for just these isolated gunfights. And they're actually going the way of Enigma right now on the offensive side, but so far so good. So we got Vat laying down at the base of the jump wall, and we've got Bricks to just on the prowl looking around at the statue. He sees a player there. That's going to be Shark, but he's just crouched behind the statue, can't catch him. And Narcs will catch another one.
Narcs is going to catch another one. The bomb's down. No player advantages right now. It's 1-for-1 trades. Vet holding the line. Marvel peeking every angle he can here on the blue side. Looking for the push through. Shark is going to be taken down. Denisio, where did you even hit that shot from, dude? Is that a wall bang? It was. It was right through the jump. He's going to get a second. And now it is going to be Denisio who has put the team on his back for a second game in a row. Might be giving a little bit of a breath of fresh air to this team. A second life, if one would say. Shark and Marvel gonna have to play for the retake. They take down the Demon. Marvel putting in some amazing shots. And now is looking for the late flank there. Shark gonna be able to clean up one. Leader's the last hope. He's hold hostage here in the big blue building. And homie, you got one Demon pushing you from one angle. You got Marvel who went on this long flank. Well, plenty of time. He's going to go ahead and get the teabag, too. Oh, no, that's not a teabag. That's a clown face. You clown. Love to see it. Great. I mean, this was a great round. A great round for Enigma. It just kind of... But it was just a great recovery for the retake. Amazing job done by Animus.
You see just the stylistic difference here. I mean, if you just remember watching this map played at Champs, particularly with the Eastern teams, the Chinese teams and the Korean teams, it is very Eastern to give up the entirety of mid-map control. But you know what they traded off with? They traded off with absolutely excellent nade spots. They know all of the little nooks and the crannies that people sit in when they're defaulting aggressively on these P1s. And they'll say, okay, we'll give you the bomb site. We'll just volley you with an artillery strike of grenades in our pocket. Then we'll retake off of the back of that utility. That's actually not happening from the side of Enigma on that defense. When they were defending, they were just completely giving up that map control. And you can't trade it off like that. But if you're the side of Animus right now, defensively, you're not playing in that way. You're playing like the West plays. You're playing aggressively on that P1. You're pushing the bricks.
Oh my god.
You're getting up in it. And Marvel's going to hit a really wicked shot there on Denicio. And that will go down, but that's going to be map point. That's a 2-0 for Animus, and I like the style there. I'd look back and I'd cover this one with Enigma, and I'd say, look, we have to figure out the kind of pace that it is that works for us on this map. This is a very dominant map for top subs. Top subs are going to feel like they can hit these routes. They're going to feel like they can hit these lanes. They're going to get up in your face, and they're going to, you know, off the back of utility, like we've been saying all game, they're gonna trim you out. But we found a little bit of pace that works for us offensively for Enigma, just playing for that pick, maybe throwing a couple nades, getting our first blood, and then recognizing where those spots are that those subs like to push up when we don't give them the initial first blood. Defensively, if we want to follow that same style, we need to take a look at some of those champs VODs. We gotta watch a little bit of Omega. We gotta watch a little bit of Q9. We gotta watch a little bit of Almighty, and see that you can give up that P1. You can give up that entirety of the map, the mid map, if you really want to, as long as you have the right utility in your pocket to follow up. The big thing with Animus in particular is offensively. If you kind of look at that map, they completely didn't even want to go bricks. Bricks is the that's where all the shit's getting thrown. That's where all the stuns are getting thrown. That's where all the nades are getting thrown, and they know this. And they also know after round after round after round, if they're doing the same thing again over and over again, and Enigma's not changing up their stun pattern, they're just going to continue to do it. So you'd go back and you'd look at this and you'd say, okay, Animus is they're putting the bulk of their push through that grave. You've got to change your utility and maybe even hold it so that when they're on the bomb site, you use it on bomb when you know they're planning, and try to work advantages there.
Absolutely. I think you know, I didn't have too much like experience casting slums, except for the odd occasion that we see it in NA. I don't think we ever saw it too much in EU. I think we maybe seen Nova play a few games here or there, but it's really like it comes down to the point of where those stuns go. And a lot of the rounds that I did get a chance to cast, a lot of them were, you know, literally unraveled within the first like 10 to 15 seconds. Everyone's bum rushing that A site, and they're looking to get that bomb plant down ASAP, and the defense is trying to counter that when obviously we saw in the first 6 rounds it was not compatible for Enigma. So very much a struggle for them. They put in some good numbers in the hardpoint and had a stellar performance in the second half, just not enough to get the job done extended series. And I know someone's happy back at the desk now, as we're going to bring Deanna back into the loop. Talk to me. How excited were you to see that Animus roster win yet again, and a flawless victory so far for them across the stage of this 2023 winter season?
Actually, to be honest, I was very excited to see Enigma playing the S&D, right, on a map as slums. I thought it's gonna be difficult for both teams. We don't see that much slums, especially S&D. So I was very excited for the S&D. But overall, it was a good series, right? It was 2-0, right? The hardpoint was very good. And as you guys mentioned previously, it's very hard to go against a team as Animus. So Enigma actually did good, better than I was expecting. They managed to pick up some of the points, right, over the hard point, and then overall trying to get as close as they could. They had good rotations, right? We did saw them being multiple times first on the point. Sometimes they couldn't actually maintain it, but we had some crucial breaks through. And so on, right? We did saw them using score streaks, and on the both sides they were actually very successful using score streaks and operators. But Animus actually won. Marvel was the MVP with 36 kills. And then in the S&D, we did had a very fast start, right? We had 3-4 rounds very, very fast on the side of Animus. They just pushed, got very good and fast kills, right? And the rounds were just over. Going into the second part of the game, when we switched sides, right, we started seeing Enigma picking up 2 rounds in a row, right? So I was like, maybe we're gonna get an overtime, but it was not the case because Animus just started actually and win. So overall, it was a good matchup.
All right, wow. I mean, great series indeed. That's only the first one of the day. We're going to get geared up for our second one. That's right around the corner. Before we do, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors in Gorilla and COD Mobile. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We shall return.
welcome back. We did had a short break, but we're ready for the second game of tonight. That's gonna be FA Ducks versus Void. And Zim, do you have any predictions?
If Ducks doesn't win this series 2-0, I just don't know what's going on in Europe. Ducks should win this series 100% 2-0. If they don't, and maybe some changes are on the horizon. but yeah, that's my prediction. Ducks 2-0.
Okay, how about you, Verdict?
I gotta favor what Tim said. I don't mean to echo or repeat, but this should be a series that they come through and, I mean, just really take it out on their opponents of what happened.
So badly.
Yeah. This should be like a redemption tour for them as well. Tuesday was I wouldn't say it was a massive upset. Obviously, that team has a lot of room to grow and is still trying to like figure out everything. Well, no, they don't. This is basically Nova plus Feints and Veer, which I believe Veer at one point was Nova. So no, they don't have any excuse for what happened Tuesday. But they need to brutalize this Void team just to go ahead and say, hey, we still got it in us. We still bring something to the table.
Damn. Poor team.
Savage.
Poor team. You guys are savage. You guys are savage.
There's not a single player on the other team. Look at it like objectively. There's not a single player on the other team that should match up with any individual on the other team. All 5 of the other team should be like vastly inferior to all 5 of these individuals on the side of Ducks. There's nobody on this other team better than like Creed right now. Like who Doom better than Creed? Go Sizu, Bam, Maddie? No. Same thing with Veer. You can say that. You should be able to say that across the board. Same thing with Yaya. It doesn't matter how much time you spent away from the game. It should be the same thing. Same thing with Feints. Same thing with Neil. Like, there is absolutely no reason for these games to even look close. If they lose a map, they have to roster change. Like they've got to. I'm telling you, somebody's getting dropped if they lose this. They have to.
Spicy take. I like it.
They have to.
No. Okay, well, I'm looking forward for this one. Verdi, can you go over the maps?
Absolutely. We're gonna take a look at this one. I know why Deanna did want to touch it. You can see that first map. It's a beautiful one, if I must say so myself. Raid, hardpoint, followed by a search and destroy on standoff. And if Ducks can't get the job done, we're heading to a control on slums, ladies and gentlemen. Hacienda yet again banned. I know Zim's probably feeling a little type of way about that one, but also Summit out of the mix too. So best of 3, it looks pretty solid. I would have loved to see standoff and raid flip, but hey, I'm here for some raid hardpoint. I was just, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was laying in bed last night. I was thinking about all the competitive scene and what, COD Mobile needs to do to improve. I had thought about like control maps that are actually viable. And like one of the things that like popped in my mind was like, we can't see hardpoint on raid anymore. I'm sorry. Like I love raid, but it's so damn frustrating watching P4s. I'm sorry. As a caster, I don't know what the hell's going on. Granted, most of the time I don't know what the hell's going on. But the only thing that stood out in hardpoint was raid P4 spawns. And I just can't get them out of my mind, Sim. What are your thoughts?
That's literally probably the worst part of this entire map.
Exactly.
Just the P4. I mean, if you can get away from the P4, or if you can get it to kind of look... I mean, rarely you get it to look good, but... I mean, if P4 was just tweaked a little bit, and to think that it used to be worse. They used to spawn inside the hill. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Used to get inside spawn.
Tell me,
so it's a little better.
Is this map? Do you hate this map because of hardpoint?
I don't hate this map.
Well, no, I'm not asking you, Zem. I'm asking Deanna. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So if they took P4 spawns, and we'll just say everybody spawns all the way out, do you think it would be better? Yeah. Like spawn, bottom modern, and then laundry. Bottom modern and laundry, right?
Maybe. Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, that would be good.
That spawns, like the spawns are very, very hard to maintain. Like it's like basically like Nuketown. You spawn on top of each other. It's like very.
I think it's worse than Nuketown. I think
even if there was like a mid spawn, even if there was like a P5 spawn, that'd be fine. If it was P5 laundry and modern, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Like if you had top control and bar control, you're spawning bottom modern. You're not spawning P5, right?
Yeah.
You're not spawning laundry. You're spawning P5 or hell, even worse, like back of Zig. I mean, that's like, there's no way you're coming out of that spawn trap. But if your opponent's got that kind of map control, I don't know, bro. I'm just like, that was the only like critique I had for hardpoint.
Yeah, it used to be P5 right outside of kitchen, like right outside of kitchen.
Yeah.
You would spawn there, or you'd spawn laundry, or you'd spawn the apartment, whatever they call it, modern. But yeah, the jungle atrocity is craziness. It's difficult to block. It's like you can't. You need like 3 dudes to block that top one, and you probably don't want to be doing that.
No.
But
I mean,
yeah,
it definitely doesn't reward 3 pieces that come through on the staircase.
No, it punishes you for doing well.
It punishes
100%.
you. So I mean, it's like, hey, don't take the gunfight. Just run down the staircase, because as soon as you make it down there, if you kill people, they're right back up where you just left off. So I feel the frustration. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the root of the problem though, and I couldn't go to sleep last night because raid P4 spawns were just like blocking my whole like mind, body, and soul from drifting away. So, anyway,
I feel you.
well, I'm glad I got something out of you there. We're gonna get geared up for this series. Second one's about to kick off. DN is gonna be right back after this series. I got plenty more thoughts though, Zim. I think there's a lot to be improved in COD Mobile, and I was thinking like control wise, in correlation to like some of the CDL maps. I actually think Takeoff, Hacienda, and maybe Raid are the only 3 playable maps in Call of Duty Mobile for control. I'm sorry. Spicy take. I don't know if you think... if they optimize the spawns, Takeoff is a very, very defensive-oriented map, but they would have to also optimize the way the game works. If you are rewarded by getting ticks, Takeoffs is a great map, because then round 5s are controlled by you actually playing the objective. Thoughts?
I think Takeoff can be a good map, but we need a whole bunch of different. We need a whole bunch of different kinds of spawns.
Yeah.
You need to be able to block and spawn people like high in the side area or whatever. You need to be able to spawn people in dome if you're getting pushed in your spawn. Like there has to be like significant trade-offs for going for spawn traps across the board in control in Call of Duty Mobile for the mode itself to be playable. I mean, quite honestly, you could argue that domination is just a better mode and should maybe make a comeback in
without
an
optimized
format or something like that.
Without optimized control.
Yes.
And when I'm saying optimize, I mean spawns as well as the pointing system, the tick system for overtime. Definitely needs a complete overhaul. Right now, the overhaul for this Ducks team, they're not ducking around, Zem. They are just absolutely giving it to this team that, I mean, they're going to have a massive hole to fill. The void is just not filling it. Is this rotation over to P2. It's a slaughterhouse. Kills in the feed. You see 7-1 for Creed. He's back on it. Not a lot of kills on the right-hand side of the screen. 3 make it now. His bomb is going to be able to find 3. But that's been just about it. Rock over towards the P2 site now. His kitchen's getting hot and it's open for business. Doom is on the objective, and this might be the little bit of time of peace inside of this kitchen site before the reckoning comes, and it's in the form of Creed or Viri. Viri says it's him. He is him. 3 in the feed, and they're going to be able to hold the break here. Is nobody here for the contest. And so far, so good for Ducks. Is this exactly what you wanted to see out of this team?
I mean, this is what you needed to see out of this team. You need to see Creed playing like a superstar. You need to see Veer, remind people that he is a back-to-back European champion, and he's actually using a gun that maybe we don't see a little bit too often, but I keep hearing about it pop up, that DRH, and he's right now popping off with it. 7-4. He's doing really well right now on the map. But you gotta see Yaya get back into form quickly. And then on the other side here, Neil. You just gotta look for Neil to just be a consistent, not only a voice of reason, but a consistent, stable mark on that objective time. He's gonna pop the TAC 5 and help these guys out with that first wave. Bonus life for Yaya and your gunners to go and take gunfights. Creed's gonna get a nice 2-piece there on the backside, and spawns have changed. Now we're gonna deal with the first wave for the side of Ducks, and here it's coming from the driveway. Got Neo in a really nice spot there with the HVK. He's doing a whole bunch of damage down the driveway. We've got Feints now looking for some gunfights. But here, on the backside, we got Yaya with a big pinch here. He's got a nice Purifier pull if he wants to. He's going to take it right here. He's going to get another kill onto Bam and instantly turn his attentions over to the red. And a stun will do quick work of him. But the operators are coming out right now. Ducks are dominating. This is what you got to see.
This is what you got to see. 3 popped in total. Make it 4 now. Fate's going to go ahead and pop the Grav Vortex. Choking off all of those choke points. Nobody should be able to pass, right? 25 seconds left for Scrap 4. Things starting to get a little out of hand here for Void. But they're putting up a scrappy fight. 35-103. Break's not going to come through. Got to saddle up for New. 15 seconds left to go. Doom is here. He's looking for anybody lacking, and he ain't catching Creed, man. He has been on one this game. 15 kills. You see him in prime peak form. Obviously, we've had conversations about his performance recently, not this game in particular. But it's good to see him back on the rise and hopefully be consistent with it. Right there, stun takes him down, 3 in the feed, and that's a quick wipe. But is it going to mean anything for the spawns? You can see it now. Maddie loses 1, but in return, Spawn's right there behind him. So the top side control going to go in favor for the time being to nobody. It's awesome. It's always is. There, he spawns right where he died at. This is incredible Call of Duty. I love it. Love to see it.
I mean, we're getting to that point in the game where the map edge just gets a little bit hard to cast. So I say, let's not cast this one at all. Let's look at no. So we got the entrance here coming through for the side of Ducks. It's actually not going to work for them right now. We got the Vortex blocking the entrance point here, and this is exactly what's wrong with this point in particular. You've got bottom presence, you've got top side presence, and look, it just doesn't really matter what kills you're getting. They're still spawning in a position where they're directly behind people. These things shouldn't be happening when you are pinching this hill with any kind of like consistency here. So we're actually gonna get the wave finally to stabilize a little bit, and we're gonna get the Ducks to come from the top side. That's Veer with the DRH. He's doing the work on the point. Neo's gonna get a nice pinch here and kill Maddie. But you know what? Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I just watched that and I just tried to remember how those spawns went a little bit, and that might be
the way they control the spawns. Yeah.
That might be not that bad. They kind of got lucky a little bit with how things bounced out, and you know what? It is actually a two-pronged thing. It's a combination of pro teams not really having the I don't want to say the intelligence, but it's definitely not intelligence is the word, but definitely not having the route running to actually properly block everything out patiently, because there's a whole lot of sprinting to the side, sprinting to the side. So because of all that, and spawns get dropped, you get a lot of these crazy spawns in the back here. But if we saw that hill transition into like how we just saw that break, really slow, methodical, focus on blocking spawns and slaying in that, we might actually see that that maybe that hill could not be that bad. But is that too much to ask? Yes, that's that's a lot to ask pro players to slow the hell down when they're getting 60 on that and you're maybe losing the game. So we're gonna have Yaya picking up a big kill there with the Purifier. Nevertheless, it is a very difficult point to anchor and very difficult to play. But we got a 60-point lead here for the side of, I believe, Ducks here. So we're gonna have 152 to 97. The attack wave is gonna get popped for the other team, and we got Creed with the Annihilator working on the bench. He's got attack wave here, but it doesn't matter, and he doesn't care how much health you have. And he's gonna turn around and get a couple trim kills here onto Sizu. Creed's now in a really nice spot there. He's gonna be getting 2 up top, and he's gonna pick up another one onto Maddie. That's big kills for from your Star Slayer. In Creed, he's gonna jump out and find another one as well. And Fred will actually make quick work of him. But there's 30 seconds left, and maybe just maybe, if we can see this game get a little bit closer, we'll have our first candidate for
some epic comebacks. Oh man, sign me up for that one. 20 seconds left to go here. The focus now needs to be, if you are the side of Void, to fill those P2 spawns up with plenty of players. You can go ahead and give a little bit of this away for free. Sizu's doing great work. Let's go ahead and dive in the comps. They've got the lockdown here for the top side of Laundry. They've got the control of the spawns. Can they make the comeback? Let's dive in with Void.
Pull.
One shot gravi di mid.
Zio, avevo messo il trophy ma non ho scoppiato.
Morto. One shot inside.
Fatto uno. Un altro inside.
Dentro. Tengo pull, uno pull.
Fatto uno. Sono rusciato. Fatto dentro.
Nice.
Da back, da Londri.
Guarda io.
Attaccano.
Mid morto, c'è un altro.
Non cliccare.
Portacci vostra. Dentro uno one shot.
Uno pull.
Hanno flashato uno pull, sono flashato, pull.
Pull.
All right, comms sound pretty crispy, but one thing I will say that's not that crispy is the utilization of the operators. Obviously, we're looking at, hey, we're still trying to stay in this, but that's a lot of utilities being used on a hill that doesn't provide as much of a return as this next hill does. Am I right?
Maybe would have probably liked to see it come out on a garage, but you know, if you are the side of Void, you try to get your time where you get it. They clearly want to win very, very, very badly. We're going to see them try to just get a couple entrance kills here. The kills that are had here will set the pace for the rest of the round if we're going to actually get a couple guys into the point. And right now, since you're not the team in control, you have to just try to focus on a couple kills to block actual time. But we actually have a freaking big break here coming out for Void. They're looking like a legion on the map right now. And I'm not going to lie, dude, I think we can go into the epic music right now. We got Sizu with the TAC 5, and the wave is coming through here, but 30 seconds will probably go into the favor of Void, if not anything else. Time to be blocked. Oh, we actually have a nice kill. It's coming out for the side of Sizu, 2 on the driveway, and Doom is just going to clear out a couple back ones on the van. And we've got actually Creed now trying to contest a couple 15 seconds here, but we're in a tie game, and it's going to a big P4 rotation. And I mean, it's anybody's game here, but for the time being, it actually looks like Void is the first one on the hill, so you've got first dibs to get big time. And that's going to be Neo. He's going to fall. And we've got 5 coming up on the window. That's going to be Feints knocking down a couple kills on the backside. He's going to have to kill Sizu, and he's going to do it. And now we get into the point where we figure out, can Ducks actually make another strong break on the basketball hill like we saw last time? It's only a 10-point lead.
Oh, lead now. 7 seconds only. Trying to deal the pressure. Matty wins 1, but he's not good for the 2-piece. Bates, last-ditch effort here now as the Hills still got 40 seconds, but he's the lone wolf. He's going to get shut down. The break is going to come through. No, there's nobody there. It's open. Veer's going to come from the top of the staircase. He's going to win 1, but Sabam coming through with the claw, looking for Neil. Neil's dropped. The top of the staircase is the focus. Doom going to be able to clear it out. This is it. The last hold. Veer. And Yaya trying to make something happen on the inside. The pier fire is just too much to handle. Sizu's dropped. And we can kill that music. We can kill this run, this spree. Thought this was going to be a beatdown, homie. And oh my, this is closer than we have to call now as the focus is for the P5 site. Love the focus here for the P1 reset, but maybe the hits through the pillar sites is going to pay off as Bomb's going to be holding the anchor through the middle of the ring site. He's got the clearance, but there is the ear holes being shot. It's Neo coming through the clean the sweep of these players out, and P5 is hopped. Where are the players out from Void? It's Ducks. They're tired of getting ducked around, homie, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this one is not supposed to be this close. Zim.
Oh, we got an Annihilator now pushing the middle of the P5. He's only going to get 1 to go, but we got Sizu. His TAC 5 wave didn't actually do too much, but we got to go to the hill if we're GOAT. We can't be taking these wraps around. Got to hop in. There's only 2 seconds left to go, but we have GOAT in the middle of the P5 now. He's going to try to go for 2. But Sizu isn't going to get to the point in time, and that's a 50-point win for the side of Ducks. I mean, okay, lots of different ways you can look at this game. 1, okay, valiant effort for Void. Making a raid, hardpoint look really contestable against the side of Ducks. But if we look at the kill feed again, I mean, you just continuously have to kind of be a little disappointed in them. And that Creed this time, he's giving you 46 in a minute 25, 46-28. I mean, he's playing peak form. And we just looking at the other side. I mean, we got Yaya 26-29 against this team. We got Veer 22-25 against this team. We got Neil. He's positive. I mean, Neil's just he's your consistent guy. He's trying to get some time for you, but he's positive. And Feints 31-32. Your fraggers are not fragging. They're not actually dominating on the map. If we take a look at Void as well, I mean, Bam, he's doing the work. He's 34-29, and he's contesting.
A minute
these
plus
guys
on the hill.
A minute plus on the hill. We got Doom 32-30. He's positive on this team. This is not a team that should be close with you in the kill feed. This is not a team that, maybe the narrative has to shift. Maybe we got to start tipping Void a little bit. Maybe they're here and maybe they're here to play. But a win for Ducks. They do it on the back of a couple strong 60s on those garages. And I get nervous watching them, man, because this should be Europe's 3rd seed. At the very least.
At the very least. Okay, so who's the first 2?
This has to be it has to be Animus and
Kings?
It has to be Animus and Kings. I mean, we don't know so much after seeing Animus walk on 117 the way that they did. I don't know if they're Europe's 3rd seed. I think this team should be it, but I mean, not like this. Not like this. I don't know if you can beat 117 playing like this. 117 is not going to give you 200 points on raid.
No,
not the way that these guys did. They're gonna do some work on you. So I don't know. Maybe the S&D is the sticking point for this team as they kind of develop a little bit, and we kind of come back to the standoff where we saw them do really well against Animus. But something has to change quickly on the transition. Something has to change quickly on these operator pools. Something has to change quickly on these frags, and we got to get a little bit of consistency rolling for the side of Ducks. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, not necessarily the game that we wanted to see out of the Ducks, but it is the results that matter. If they took the dub, they've got the 1-0 lead in the series, and we'll commend them where they're commendable at. But right now, we're looking for them to handle business here in the Search or Destroy. Obviously, Void is here to play. Will we see some upsets yet again, back-to-back times? Something's got to change here for this Ducks roster. We don't know quite what it is. I'm sure they have an idea.
It looks like they're trolling. Like, I actually think that they're trolling. I don't know if they're just messing around or what. I wish we could do listen-ins in S&D because I'd actually want to hear how the hell they sound. But the last time we went and we watched them in a listen, and they just sounded depressed. Like, they sounded like someone killed their dog. So maybe they're just not trolling. Maybe they've just fallen off a little bit. But we can't say that about Creed. He's doing the thing every single series that we watch him play in as we have feints. Getting a nice kill, and now he's really, really pushed up. Strong position there in the middle of the map as we're going to have Yaya as well, looking for tempo. He'll kill Caesar and maybe confirm the bomb as we've got Neil. Nice clean angle. He's going to kill Bam there on the backside, and this is what you need to see from Neil. That's what you need to see from Yaya. You need to see these guys commanding space, taking the initiative, pushing out choke points on the map, and looking for these guys. And look at this, Yaya. That's a little bit. You know what? I'll let that pass. I'll let that pass because you need to get your swagger back a little bit.
Yeah.
You're struggling against a tier 2 European team. I mean, we gotta get something back.
Hey, nothing says I'm bouncing back like a Machete kill, right? Come on now. Machete hasn't killed since we've seen the movie. I'm just kidding. I didn't watch that movie. Come on now. Who watched it? Come on. It was terrible. Doom in the middle of the map. He's going to get called out. Yaya collecting his bodies and souls. Feints. Putting pressure down. Creed for the 2-piece. The final finish up. Yaya is traded out. But is the player advantage now is Bomb and Goat. Make it Goat. Last 2 players alive. 1 player left. Neil hitting some scopes, but he's not going to be able to connect. Yeah. Love to see it out of Goat, but are you just delaying the inevitable? No, he says. Oh, yeah, he is. There's Feints. Finally. Putting the last shots in. Pressure's died down. Ducks on top so far, 2 rounds in a row. Love the bounce back after that hard point. It was a little bit of a rocky finishing, but you got the job done. You're doing pretty good here so far in the Search or Destroy. Putting a lot of pressure on this team, and they're kind of crumbling, but can they continue to do so? Void trying to switch things up. They're hitting the back alley. Neil's trying to scope it down, trying to lock it down. He's giving the intel to the team. Can't hit the shots. 3 players have made it through. The breach is in. 1-for-1 trades make it 1-for-2 as Yaya's going to be able to find one. Doom's going to be able to collect the body of him. And we've got an even matchup. Not so quiet, not so fast, my friend. Neil going to be able to find one, but it's Maddie coming through for the cleanup on another. And Veer is now on an island by himself. Shoes on the other foot, Sam. We got a 1v2. His bombs made its way all the way back towards the spawn site. And we're going to see this one slow down. That one was fast and furious for the first 40 seconds.
Maybe still a ways to go here. We gotta still play as a team. Can't just start sprinting at everybody randomly on the middle of the map there. But we do have Veer in a 1 versus 2 position. He's top market. We'll see if the criticism was heard the last couple times we've watched Search in this region. We gotta go. We've got 30 seconds left. We gotta quickly make a decision on what we're gonna hit and try to take that initiative to go. But we got Maddie on the top corner here. Veer's pulling up on him. He's going to be top. They're just a couple inches away from him. Separated by only a wall right now. Does Maddie see it? He sees the gun in the window, but Veer's not able to convert the kill. That'll be 2 rounds now for Void. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we saw Void take the last search that they played against whomever.
It was Team Typhoon. It was Typhoon. It was a bunch of two challenger teams who literally got introduced to the league yesterday or Tuesday.
Right.
They're filling spots.
That maybe has a little bit of prowess here in the searches. We got Bam getting a nice nade kill onto Feints. But we gotta see these guys step up now in the clutch. We've got Yaya and Creed on a little bit of a crosser. Well, I'm actually kind of lying. Creed's in the spawn now. It's Yaya in the core. He's looking for a couple first blood opportunity here for Doom, but Doom will punish him for trying to take that space.
Oh my god, how did Neil stay alive?
They're actually going to kill and confirm the bomb in the back alley. This is very important. We should be seeing Veer now take this entire transition cross map and playing for the bomb, but they're actually going to wrap it back. What the? What? What are we doing? We killed the bomb. We confirmed it. We saw it was gas. We should have just absolutely taken up all of that space and moved the sniper cross map, maybe blue, to cover the mid map rotation. But we're actually not going to do that. Maybe they're just playing offside to confirm that when the bomb gets picked up, as surely he sees it now. So we're going to have 5 now in the middle of the map. That's Doom. He's looking around for a couple kills here, but he's completely unmonitored. And he's going to kill Neil. And there's just a gaping hole there in the middle of the map that's supposed to be covered by Veer, but it's not. If I'm Neil, I'm kind of pissed. I'm like, Neil, what the hell are you doing top blue?
And not looking into my back alley.
Not looking back alley, not looking at.
Oh my god, they're getting picked apart.
That walkthrough, but my god, you killed Creed, and now it's just the last player here in the spawn. He's gonna try to kill Veer. Top blue, he's gonna see him here, but Veer's gotta whip him on a snap. And he's got Doom here. Knocked down. He's got a nade to go as well. I don't know if is that a contact grenade or is that a frag? I think it's frag. Surely it's a frag.
It's a frag. Yeah. Contact grenades are banned.
To plant the bomb and another 1 versus 2 position here. We got agility on the sniper, so maybe a little bit of a quick scope could work for us.
Good nade bait here from Veer.
See if we get a nice kill.
Oh no, nothing. No hits.
He's just narrowly gonna miss, and he's in a 1 versus 2 position. He's got to go.
He's got to go. 30 seconds left. He's got 2 players right in his face. One's bomb. He's holding the angle. He knows exactly what's going on. Can't fool me. 2 rounds in a row. Void. I mean, if I could get a breakdown of that round, my head would probably explode. But just so many missed opportunities for both teams. But I think Void capitalized the most, and obviously they took the round. Big plays going through that back alley. Neil gets taken down, and not so much of a scenario where Ducks are in a position to recoup. Right now, they're going to have to regain. Noticing? What's that?
If this is Veer's class, look at his score streaks. He had 2 banned score streaks the entire time, too, so it's like, what are you doing? He's got a
Homie woke up 5 minutes before the matchup. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
So, did he play a whole hard point with 2 banned streaks? I'd be mind blown, as we're gonna have Veer now in an engagement. He'll get bailed out by Neil there with a nice shot, tight angle there. But
Neil's literally getting the wall bangs to hit. He gets a call out from Veer, and he just absolutely devastates. And doesn't allow Veer to bot those shots. Obviously, he's
I mean,
whiffed a few.
Look at this setup. You've got bomb down bottom granny. Why are we watching back alley just get into the granny and play off of each other, play the trades on each other? As Veer's in an isolated gunfight, he'll get taken out by Sizu. The bomb hasn't been picked up, so you know exactly where it is. Feint is actually in a decent spot on the statue, cutting the cross. But I feel like maybe they needed to play a trade there in that granny and not actually... Look, I don't have Veer in isolated gunfights. I don't need this guy in isolated gunfights.
I didn't like it either. And guess what? What we see the wallbang from Neil to save him. Right? And I'm not saying Veer's a bad player, chat. We're not saying that. At this particular moment, he's obviously not in the right space to make the right decisions and take the right gunfights. And that's been proven. Right now, Sizu is trying to seize the opportunity. Creed's going to whiff it out. With 12 seconds left to go, he is going to get taken down. 3-2. Lead back in the hands of Ducks, but ladies and gentlemen, it has been a roller coaster of a few rounds, 5 to be exact, and some uncertainty here for this Duck roster. Void, on the other hand, they're giving us a show of a lifetime. I've got to say, I've not seen too many teams pan out after being invited because teams disband or actually just get, too sick of getting beat down. Right now, they are putting some beatings in for a few rounds, but it is Ducks who are just absolutely putting the pedal to the metal. Neil opened up with the first blood. The last 3 are kind of
what the fuck are we doing?
Holding on for dear life. Doom. Yeah, well, I mean, they don't care. They want to ego chow everything, and let them have fun. Let the kids be the kids. Goat trying to put on a clinic. Hit marker. Yeah. You almost got put in 4K on me. We almost had to put you on a milk carton, a t-shirt, and 6 feet under. But hit markers that close? Surely not in COD mode.
I mean, I like it.
The DOQ?
Send the dogs. Send the dogs in the alley and just go. Let them frag. But man, we gotta. When we get bombed down, that has to change everything about your round. As we're gonna have another back alley push here coming for the side of Veer and Creed. An aggressive mid-street push here for Yaya as Creed's going to pick up a nice one. Veer will catch, well actually Yaya will catch another one transitioning. We've got another player on the roof here. That's going to be Goat. He's going to be in the corner here. He'll no-scope Creed actually. That was a nice shot. We've got Neo now looking through, but the bottom blue will come through for Goat, and he'll die. Got the bomb now approaching on the other side. That's going to be 2 snipers. Oh, okay, we got trades not working out. We got Veer left in isolation on the backside. He'll finally win one of those gunfights here, and a 4 versus 2 gets collapsed on its head for the side of Ducks. Now the bomb is down on site. Sizu has perfect information on how to play this. He knows exactly what he needs to do, but he's going to get caught lacking, and Veer will take a nice round there. I mean, actually, I lie. Not a nice round.
Not a nice round. No.
He escapes with it. It was not a nice round, but
and
nice
that
pitch,
was
nice push.
nice.
The initial.
That was a poor play for Sizu. After making a great play, holding down the fort on A, you just can't be sitting in a white picket fence scenario thinking everything's fine and dandy, right? Veer's gonna be gifted a free kill, and Neil is gonna work for his first 2, baby. He's putting a team on his back here as he's sitting on 9. He's 110. He can't be denied. Doom collected. Deagle, baby. Give me the ace. Maddie's the last hope here. Is going to get gunned down. Neil going to be robbed of his ace, but Yaya getting the job done. Doesn't matter how you do it. Just make sure it's done. I'm sure this Ducks team is jumping for joy. Well, no, I'm sure they're still pretty pissed. I'm going to be honest with you. This team is not happy with the way this one's gone, but the results, again, 6-2 lead. This is series point here. Can we see it shut down? I'm on board with Neo, man. He has been putting on quite of a show. Of course, he's not going to miss that one, man. If you want to give it to him for free, just, hey, you know, walk into their spawn site the next time, and we'll just, you know, let Neil pull out boxing gloves and beat you to death. First Blood's making sure we see this Goat, or this Ducks team come through. But 2 in return quickly, Doom and Goat, trying to get this Void team back on board.
We actually just saw Creed get spit on a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if we caught that on the camera angle, but I caught it, and he got world starred a little bit there. But we got Yaya now. I mean, what in the hell are you doing? He's running into the deli with a pistol. Bomb is cross map getting planted behind them. I know you're 6-2 in the round advantage, but are we taking this map seriously? That's the question. Is Neo's gonna absolutely rip Doom? We got a nice sniper gunfight here, but Goat will win that, and Bam will convert the other one. It's a 6-3. Advantage for the side of Ducks, but I mean, we gotta highlight Neil. Neil doesn't want to lose this series.
No, he does not.
He doesn't want to lose this game. He doesn't want to lose any rounds. He's putting forward his best effort, and we're actually seeing Yaya have a little bit of a resurgence this map too. But you know, unfortunate that you follow up a good performance with something like that in the back end there that costs you potentially a round, leaving your team in a 2 versus 3 position. But we've got Feints and Co looking over the middle of the map right here. And that's the space that they've been actually able to exploit, as Goat's going to get a nice 2-piece there. It's going to get 2 important kills. He'll kill the 2 best players. That's going to be Neo and Yaya, one with a nade and one with a scope. And Feints will kill Maddie on a really nice shot off the head glitch. Now it's Creed left in a 2 versus 4 position. They got the bomb at least. And he nades in pocket. No utility to go, so it'll just have to be gun fight wins for both of these Duck players. He's got the bomb in the hands of Feints. He's looking around for it. But Void knows the task. They know that they just got to wait for the bomb plant. Nothing excessive is needed at this moment. We got coverage in every single lane right now. Maybe quite honestly, if I'm Void, I maybe move one of the subs for the sniper in the back alley, so you can let this guy look over the map. Could actually get Doom to do that and put Bam right in there. That would be the ideal shift here. We got a sniper looking over mid already. I guess that's gonna be Goat. Now Sizu left in isolation here on the bomb site. 2 guys on the outside, and that's gonna be Feints and Creed. They're gonna opt to take the court look, and maybe Creed is gonna look for a kill into the deli area. He's gonna look for a first blood here. Very, very risky. But Creed's in the middle of the map. He's been completely undetected right now, and he's maybe looking for a pinch there. That's going to be Goat. He's going to have a very important gunfight in the back here to win with Goat. But he's going to 360 him, and he's going to hit mark.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah, at this point, I think it's safe to say that they're maybe just trolling.
Okay, maybe just trolling. I don't know, bro. Some of these rounds have, you know, I wouldn't say trolling's the right word. If we were trolling, we'd see, like, MK2s or maybe, like, you know, some...
He 360'd a guy in spawn. You know,
I mean, still, like, are you just trying to save face, or are you actually trolling?
what?
Because
space
if you
to
were
save?
trolling, you
won
wouldn't have
by
been
50
deadied
points
across the
against
whole map
Void.
trying to get across, right? I don't know.
Maybe, I
Maybe
don't know.
make a lot of noise. You know, show that you're there. Don't try to troll and hide the fact that the round's lost. Faints was trying to make their peek over there towards that A site. He got shut down. Caesar did a great job. Right now, numbers prevailing here for Ducks as they get the bomb plant down. Series point, Goats up top. The intel's there, but the bodies... I'm about to say Yaya. Ain't no way you're going to lose that one. Doom's now the last hope. Yaya's going to get ousted on the top blue. It's all down the Faints. Bomb's been planted. Work's been done. Faints can't hit the shot. The truck might explode before anything happens. No, it's Doom. Jump shot.
It's another 4v2, and, you know...
Okay.
I've never watched... I've maybe watched 1 or 2 series ever, going back to 2019, where I saw a team win, and I was just like, man, this is a tainted win. This isn't very good. It's not good for the league, I don't think. It's not good for the spectating experience.
I don't want to cut you off, but...
for these players.
No, it's not. Tell me, is this like... Are Search or Destroys prime candidates as well for comeback season music, or...
Yeah.
Is this...
Yeah, maybe like mid round.
I'm trolling now.
maybe
I'm
like
trolling.
an overtime.
Yeah, overtime. Yeah. Oh man, we're having fun. I'm sure Ducks aren't. I'm sure they are still. Obviously they're.
I wouldn't be having fun if I was locked in a battle.
No.
A 1 round different battle with a challenger team. But we got Maddie with the HVK. He's over on the barrel. Big gunfight now in the back alley. Creed's gonna win that one. You know, Creed's been consistent for sure for the squad. But now another 4 versus 3. We've lost the last 2 rounds, 4 versus 2. We'll see if we can not lose this one in the same way. But Creed is undetected right now in the back alley. He's got a nice pinch here. He's got the boxing glove. He's gonna look for it. Gonna hit one. I mean, just gonna walk at him, punch him in the face. They're gonna win the S&D. But you know, tell me. That's a 2-0, so that's 20 points. But you know. I don't know if we deserve these 20 points.
Well, deserved or not, they've earned them. And asterisk at the end, quotation marks as well. Whatever you got to say to make yourself feel better about that series. Obviously, Ducks get the job done. It's 7-5. Void, a challengers team coming through, making some epic 2v4,
That's
2v5,
typical.
2v3, scenarios work in their favor. Troll or not, they did it. As we take a look at the post-action report, 15 kills on board for Neo. He was not trolling. Those shots were crispy, bro. 13 for Yaya. Creed, who has been very consistent here recently, putting up 8. Obviously, he picked up some big kills and got the boxing gloves as that last player who was, in the backside of the hay site. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't have much to say about that series. I hope Deanna does. Give us a recap. Give us a breakdown. Make us feel better. I feel like I need to go take a shower after watching that one. I don't feel good.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest. Yeah. Well, I'm not. I don't know. You look, I'm not in this position very often because I usually know what to say. But maybe FA Ducks, right? They trolled, maybe not. But like we did saw teams prior in other Mobile Mayhem seasons when they actually trolled. We can remember about actually Animus when they came with like guns that nobody used, or Nova, a team of Nova that actually came with guns that people don't really use, and I could say that could be a trolling, but again, I don't know if they were trolling or not. But getting that close in that hardpoint and also in the S&D, I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, they won, but like, I don't know, Void did good, especially in the hardpoint, picking up 200 points. Like at the beginning, I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna pick 10, 20, but then they picked 200, so that is good. I do hope FA Ducks were actually trolling, and yeah, because if not, that's I don't know what to say. Again, I don't know. They won, but yeah. And then also in S&D, we had so many 1v2, 1v3 situation in which the last player, right, on the side of FA Ducks couldn't manage to clutch. Now, I don't know if that was trolling or not, but again, it was overall interesting matchup, right? It was a 2-0 as we expected, but was way closer than I was expecting. As I said, I was thinking like some 20-30 max points on the hard point for Void, and on S&D, I don't know, 5-0. prior, but then I saw them because I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure if like someone said in the chat that Void is the team that doesn't play on gaming phone. So I don't know. I think they are the only one who are not playing on gaming phone or stuff. So yeah, I was expecting to something else. But yeah, congrats FA Ducks, right, for winning this. And well, we're gonna go take a cold shower, and we're gonna be back after hearing a word from COD Mobile and Gorilla for the third game. and welcome back. We did have a short break, right? But we are here, ready for the third game of tonight. It's gonna be 31ers versus 117 Not Found. And I did saw some people were very excited about it in the chat. So, Verdict, what is your prediction?
I think if you're 117 Not Found, the best way to take out or take on this matchup after taking a mighty heavy L on Tuesday against Animus is to beat the pulp and brains out of the 31ers. Now, what I would say also is 31ers, they're riding a little bit of a high. They beat Ducks, but how high can you get after beating a team who, I wouldn't say struggled, beating, you know, Void, who was a Challengers team that didn't even make it through Challengers. But it wasn't as easy as we anticipated it to be. And that's all I'll say about that one. 117 should take this series.
Okay. How about you, Sim?
Yeah, 117 should win, but you know, we said that against Ducks too, and or rather with Ducks, and against the same team, we just saw them be scrappy. We saw them, you know, perform a little bit in circumstances that were difficult, and you know, to be honest, at the moment, when you kind of reflect back on the way that Animus kind of beat up on 117, there's a clear way to beat this team, and it's come out strong early, you know, come out decisive, and put these guys in tough positions. So if we see these guys on a hardpoint summit win a couple early gunfights, they maybe get those P1 to 2s to 3s on a nice tempo. We could see these guys do pretty well against them. So anybody's game for hardpoint summit, and then whoever wins this one, I'm taking 2-0.
Both teams are here. I'm gonna go over the maps very fast. We're gonna start with the hardpoint on summit. I really love hardpoint on summit, followed by an SND on firing range. And if we're gonna get a third game, right, it's gonna be a controller raid. We have Slums Band on the side of 31ers and Hacienda on the side of 117 Not Found. So yeah, I'm actually very excited beside the raid control map. But Verdict, do you prefer the raid as a control map?
Yeah, I think I do, and I think I'll go into a little bit more detail. I think this map has potential to be a great control map. Search or Destroy map it already is. Hardpoint, it has its flaws. But control, it's like the perfect size, right? It's not way too big. It's not like Takeoff or Hacienda size, but it's not as small as Standoff, per se, or definitely not, you know, Summit. Summit is like a nightmare to watch at times, and you've really got to work for that map control. I think if they rotated the spawns a little bit, it's probably going to be one of the best maps you could see be played in control.
Which
and
one?
Raid. Bar the spawn traps that happen, I think this one has potential. Obviously, there's multiple places you can put these spawns for the defense. Offense, I don't think they struggle as much, and I don't think you'll see the pressure and the penetration into the spawn as much as you do on the defensive side of the map. But I think this one's probably one of the best as it currently sits.
Okay. So I'm gonna be back after this third matchup. Bye guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get geared up. Our third series, surely it should be a banger. I picked this one to be our marquee matchup for a reason, and I hope it delivers. I hope everybody's got their snacks. I hope everybody's got their drinks and refreshments refilled. As we're going to get into it, it's going to be a very, very cold affair here. Bitter one, if you ask me, for one of these teams. A map that it could not be better on. It's Summit, up close and personal. Who's going to get the better of the trades? The 31ers are going to come out the gate swinging, but 117... they're on a bit of a redemption tour themselves. Who is going to stand out for you, Zim? I'm on board with the man himself and Lucky. He's got to have a big performance here in this matchup.
I mean, for me, it's got to be Saturn's. We saw the same exact hardpoint against Animus, and Saturn's went, what, like 1 in 16 or something to start? We saw him absolutely stink up the joint and have a terrible game on that TAC 5 as well, you know, of all things. So we're gonna really need that TAC 5 matchup between him and Zed to heavily lean in favor of Saturn's and see, or rather, and have him remind people that he is one of, if not the best player in Europe. So you're allowed to have a bad game. You're just not allowed to have a bad game against.
Questions: are you allowed to use the Krig without iron sights?
I don't know.
No,
I
man,
thought my skins weren't downloaded. Is that a default Krig?
Yeah, it's a default Krig, homie. I thought my skins were downloaded either, and I checked out Karma, and I was like, well, surely If I've got the ice streak, I've got everything else, right? I mean, I could be wrong. I don't see... Let me see. Nutella, he's got... Well, he's got Diamond. Gores... Nope, I see the lattice. Yeah. That's definitely a default skin. 29-7. Results, though. 5 on the board for Saturn's. Iron Sights are not... You're a madman. You're crazy. You should be put in a loony bin, bro. Let's be honest. Scrappy little P2 here now as we head over to the catwalk. 4 seconds into the point. It's going to be big Gunnies 1 by the side of the 31ers. They're not letting it go for the free ski. Well, surely enough, the break is going to come through. And then 117 sitting pretty good, but they don't have spawns for doing. That's a problem they're trying to figure out as they go.
I'll tell you what, though, Saturn's is 5 times better already than he was against Animus, so that's a good look already for the side of 117. You really need this guy to step up. He's a couple kills away, maybe 2 or 3 from the TAC 5, so we'll make sure that if we have this good set spawn, green side spawn for the side of 117, and we transition that into a hangar, we got the TAC 5 for that first wave, but it looks like Aether and Co over here on the side of 31ers, they got a couple important gunfights. They're going to lose both of those in isolation. Big gunfights there for Darox and Lucky in the back there. And also Caesar holding it down with that Holger in the backside. Big gunfight between Zed and Caesar now. This is also going to be his TAC 5 gunfight. We'll see Zed get a nice kill here onto Lucky potentially. No, he'll miss it. And now if we look on the other side, it's actually going to be Saturn's. He's got the TAC 5. He's going to pop the TAC 5 for the first exact wave. And this is exactly what we want to see for the side of Saturn's. Get your TAC 5 first on tempo. That first one is always really important for the game. Gonna get that first kill in isolation there. Now another TAC 5 is gonna get popped there. That's gonna be Zed, and he will still take 2 with him, Saturn's. And now a couple pinches coming out for the side of 31ers onto the hill
Lucky.
here. Legacy on Trovo is gonna get a nice kill, and now isolation versus Saturn's. He's gonna win that, and the break is gonna come through. 30 points now for free. Essentially will go the way of 31ers, and the rotation should probably follow soon here after this wave.
Yeah. Get your gunny up, not your funny up. Right now the gunnies are hot. Break is gonna be sticking. Caesar says not today, my friend. Core finally shuts him down. And all is well here for this side of the 31ers. They are a scrappy bunch, and they are putting up some scrappy numbers. Break comes with plenty of time to profit off of. They're gonna have an advantage rolling into the P4 site, but the advantage for the spawns are gonna be locked and loaded here for the side of 117. Spanish Connection. Have they connected it over to this P4 site that they got the lockdown? They got the spawns. 2 bodies drop quickly, and Gore coming out with a vengeance. Annihilator's good for 1. Looking for the breach onto the hill. Well, the player's going to get sacrificed. Oh my god, Saturn's! How does that happen, homie?
Oh. He kills himself
Gore.
on hill, and General Gore follows it up with a triple. He's only a couple kills now away from the EMP, but he's got the Pred to work in his pocket with the Hunter Killer drone as well. We're going to see a crazy slide out from Legacy there, but if you're General Gore, you just got to duck down and take that time. It wasn't even supposed to be yours. You found yourself in a really fortunate position to get the break. Now we're seeing 117. They lost their first wave. No TAC 5 to go for Saturn's quite yet. And they're going to get that 60 chain it across the map here. Another 20 seconds will go in favor of the side of 31ers. Now a couple kills away from the TAC 5 before we can find a really stable wave here for Saturn's, but we'll take the chow anyway. Onto 31ers. He'll rip General Gore off the heady and now choose to run away. Nade in hand with the Tactician. Again, the TAC 5 just 2 kills away. He's going to toss the nade up top. And now we've got another opportunity here for a break for the side of 31ers. A big gunfight here between Karma and Legacy. He's going to pull out the Deagle and choose to push aggressively on the snow. Big gunfight here is going to set up the spawn, and now that gunfight being won is going to give the spawn for a short time. 2 31ers in the green area. That's going to be Legacy. You'll win another big one here, and only then will gatekeep the green spawn. And that's a big pinch coming for the side of 31ers off of the back of Legacy. The big TAC 5 wave will come for Zed. A couple cutoffs in the con. And now only then, that's going to be Zed in a big position here to spawn trap, but the gunfights are not going his way as we got Legacy, another one, winning a gunfight here onto the side of P1. Saturn's is going to pop his TAC 5, almost lose that gunfight narrowly. He loses bullets in his gun, but Aether's doing the work here. And we've got a 130-point lead, or I'm sorry, 130 to 70-point lead for the side of 31er.
Side of 31ers, they are putting up a fight here. Breaks on the P4 side, breaks here in the P1. Look pretty damn good. Doesn't matter if they rotate late or early. They're going to get their time. Cade in full, homie. 60-point advantage. Make it 70 rolling into this P2 catwalk. Com's got to be an all-time high. Let's go ahead and dive in with the 31ers to see if they can make this dream come true in the P2 site.
pergunta,
Top one heady, top one heady back. Links set.
P2 hinten, P2, er ist noch einer.
Two low. Einer hab auf einer Top.
Green dead. One more green.
Ich geh auf Spawns.
Ich bin bottom P2.
Top ist One-Shot. Da steht links hinten.
Spawn.
Einer, Fury.
Fury, nee, bottom P2, Fury.
Ich habe Green.
Top.
Top, hab mich.
Zwei im Point.
Einer Green. Zwei gehen Top.
Schön. Einer noch bottom, Fury.
Das ist das Team. Einer bei Max.
Einer ist next, einer ist next.
Top ist One-Shot.
Ja, nice.
Full scraps.
Sortieren.
Lot going on in those comms right now. They're still with a little bit of a lead, but the call-outs there, I mean, they're just not executing, not being able to get the time up, but more importantly, they denied a lot of time too, so it's still a hefty lead in their favor. Things are looking bright and shiny here for the 31ers.
I mean, you still almost have a 60-point cushion as the gunfights are actually going to go on the way of 31er right now. That's a 31. That's 4 kills now for the side of 31er, and Aether will pop the Vortex to cover the escape now in the back. The Pred will get trophy system, then a really nice break for the side of 117, and you really needed that if you're 117, because if you're 31ers going into a 60 hill, as Aether's going to kill himself, Pog, you're going into a break on Hangar. You have a 60-point cushion, so at any point you could just turn around and run away if it doesn't pan out for you, but you're actually going to get the break, and potentially 30 seconds now if we get a little bit of a stack here with the Pred coming through, and we got a big TAC 5 wave here for Zed. Now the gunfights are going to be very difficult for 117 as they're going to come through the doorway. Zed's going to try to go for 3, but it's not going to land for him, and Aether's going to follow it up. That was a huge TAC 5 wave, and now 117 are just going to have to dip and tuck away with their tails between their legs and try to get 60 on the next, but 31ers hot on this transition. If we just remember the previous hill as well, the previous time we got to this P4 point, we actually saw 31er come on a really nice break as well. Nutella's actually going to die, and if he holds his kill cam, he'll actually spawn much closer. He does spawn closer. Now it's a 4 versus 5 position for the side of 31er. The break actually looks pretty good. Aether's got to win a big gunfight in the back here, supported by Legacy.
And look at Caesar.
And they get the break.
They get the break, but look at Caesar. Caesar's going ham here. Needs a big claw victory to get those breaks, and surely enough, the squad and the cavalry right back in it. This thing is not over yet. Big retake. Caesar's still unkillable. My guy, absolute beast in it, right? Needed a big performance out of him as well as the other team. Nutella, those going to be able to shut him down. You have the cushion. Well, here comes the push, and 30 seconds left to play for, and scrappy it has gotten, but it's shut down. 117 going to be able to live to see another hill here now as we see time expiring here on this P4 site. 20 seconds left to go. It's locked and loaded. They're ready to go. The gunnies are hot. 117 starting to make the comeback. Things starting to look a little more uncertain here as these P4s are not as bread and butter as we expected them to be here for the 31ers. Aether's going to get the God tier backside spawn. The 1v1, and Darox, who is lacking, playing on his tablet helmet. They're not allowed in Mobile Mayhem. The Pretty is, but it is going to be denied of the points now. 222 to 150. Things looking pretty good for both teams. I'd say 31ers have a better setup, but it is 117 not giving this one up yet.
We have a lot of space now to work with if we are 31ers, as Aether's going to pop up into the hill. He's going to kill the Sparrow. He's going to get caught lacking, and now there's only 25 seconds left for 31er. He'll find another one onto Karma there, and that's Legacy up top supporting him. He'll drop down and kill Saturns as well. And we have General Gore in the bottom there lurking just for a couple kills as Legacy had to win that important gunfight up top. But Nutella's just soaking up the time, blocking the time from 117. Now full-on pinch is going to come through, but the whole wave is going to fall in point for 117. And Darox, he's got to go big with the Purifier. Now he has to get these kills. If he doesn't, we could risk seeing 117 fall on the summit once again. But Darox absolutely delivering with the Purifier, and General Gore trying to trade it the best that he can with the CBR as well. But Zed's now going to get another opportunity. Let's take a look real quick and seeing who is going to get the next TAC 5 wave. It actually looks like it's going to be Saturn's, but Zed is actually very close and behind, but there's just not enough time for 117. They're really going to have to make sure that they're making good use of this TAC 5 wave. It's going to get popped. The kills are going to go for 117, and now the break is going to have to come through. General Gore has the Annie. Once again, it doesn't care how much health you actually have, but the second kill is actually going to land through, and Aether's on the bottom making it happen. He's got the Vortex in his hand. He's got the break, and now 117 is completely spawning out across map. There's 5 more seconds. left to go too. It's a race to the point, but it's going to be a win for 31ers. They're going to take 117 again on the Hardpoint Summit. We saw this same exact thing happen against Animus, albeit in a little bit more of a dominant fashion when Animus did it. But maybe this is the blueprint. Maybe you want to get 117 on this Summit Hardpoint. I don't know, man. 117, they're dropping off. 31er might look like they're here to play.
Yeah, they might be. I mean, obviously, you're riding high off of winning against a team that we acclaim to be like in that top 3 slots. Obviously, we talked about 117 being in one of those slots as well. Not today, my friend. Hardpoint. Fast and smooth start for the boys over the 31ers. They get the break on that P1 or P3 site first time around, and then they just made it look damn easy after that. What was the fight? I mean, maybe this is the map. I mean, is this the map you got to play against this Spanish connection? I mean, the rotations didn't look bad. The gutties didn't look bad either. It just looked at times like 31ers were running with a little bit more force behind them. Like they knew when they needed to get the kills and when did they hop the hill. Hell, they got outslayed. Nutella dropped a 19 and 40 bomb, bro. 40. God, 52 seconds on the hill. He got
that's a bomb for the other team.
Yeah, he got
slammed for 117 on that map.
It was, and still couldn't get the victory. 117. You got a 6-man on the inside, and holy hell, it's not about the kills. It's about the objective, and the objective was played by the 31ers to a T, 250 to 188. Game 1 upset in the making, ladies and gentlemen. We got a series on our hands, as I am guaranteeing you. You're hearing it here first from the voice of verdict. We're going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. This Search or Destroy cannot be a better setup for 117 not bound. Can they execute, Zim? This talent, it's just so massive for Search or Destroy. You got Karma, who at one point was my favorite S&D player to watch. I know everybody else is like, well, you know, he's not a sniper. I like to see Lucky. I like to see Marvel. I like to see. I don't care about all that. I like to see IQ plays, and Karma has been just so great. Now, I will say he's lost a little bit of the touch, but on a map like Firing Range, I've seen this team perform miracles, miracles. And I'm not talking about like it was Hail Mary miracles. They were down like 5-1 a few seasons back in a Bronze Series matchup that they ended up winning. Granted, it's not the same team for Dark Wizard. We're actually going to get a double back to the lobby too. So no ping, no mames.
No ping, no mames, I guess. No, but you know, I'm gonna stick with my pick before the series. I said whoever wins that map is gonna take the series 2-0, and I you know what, I'm sticking with 31ers. That has to be a back-breaking hardpoint loss if you are 117. And then you look at the scoreboard and you see the guy is at 19 and 40 and you still lost. I mean, you're looking around and you're trying to search for answers, but it's very much as simple as this. When 117 got their 60 transitions, because they had a garage transition, got broken by 31er. They had a P4, you know, that hill over there by red transition, got broken by 31er. They had the P4 again, got broken by 31er. And then they had a nice wave, a nice couple sets of kills on P1 with really strong purifier usage out of Darox. Still found a way to get broken against 31ers. It just looked like when the important gunfights needed to happen, 31er were the one, they were converting them. And on top of that, we're going to actually have 31er with the advantage of being on defense on Firing Range, which, you know, if 117 doesn't come out and really push the pace and dictate what this map needs to look like, we can see 31er take a really early lead in the defense, off of the defense alone. And then coming off of that momentum, potentially from taking the lead on defense and the back of that first hardpoint map, see them really push pace and be confident offensively to get bombs down, get kills, and really take another search. So we'll actually look to see in that area as well. But for me, the big highlight's going to be again on these tactician players. It's going to be Saturn's again with the tactician potentially. He's the one who's declared, so whether or not he actually uses it is going to be important for the team. But because he's the declared tactician and he's actually using a sniper right now, 117 is actually going to be suffering from the lack of that extra utility. Meanwhile, on the other side, only then, that's going to be Zed. He does have that tactician in hand with those flashbangs. So, you know, potentially a little bit of a mishap here, having your sniper be the declared tactician. But we'll take a look and see how that goes.
I think the primary sniper here for this 117 squad's got to be Lucky, though. We'll see if we can get some clean shots out of here. I want a clean fight. This one needs to go to the distance, ladies and gentlemen. This Search or Destroy it's destined for greatness, right? This one's a comeback series for 31ers to start off on the right foot. as they take the 1-0 lead in the series now as we're looking for the shots. Saturn's opens up with first blood. Gore's dropped. Legacy trying to get back into position to get the trades, but the bomb's been compromised over to the A site. Saturn's, if he peeks up too quick. Oh, he does. And Nutella, he's dropped. Legacy's going to be able to find the bomb carrier in Caesar. But it's Lucky who gets the last shot in. We got trades for days. Zed wins a big gunfight on the back end. Need this collapse to happen ASAP now. Because look at where Aether is. He's in enemy territory. Can he go big? Lucky's trying to peek the door for him as well. Here comes the push. Lucky's getting dropped. Oh! Lucky! He stays alive! One shot he is, and Zed now trying to do the work. He can't get a shot in on. Half shot he is. Only then trying to get the body collected. Oh my god, Lucky, if that shot would have, I would have gone crazy. Lucky doesn't clutch. Zed does. And a monster of a round so far as we are trading blows here. This one might be the series of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. This one looks like it, but I mean, it's this compromising position to be in when you're 117 and all of your guns fall, and you happen to have to hit those shots if you're Saturns and you're Lucky. When you only have a sniper rifle, you only got one bullet in the chamber, and these guys, I mean, they got Bisons, they got 60, 70 at a time. You got to hit those shots if you want to win these rounds. And actually, that's a round that I don't know if you took a look at it, but it was a 2 versus 3, maybe even a 2 versus 4 position, and they couldn't convert it. As the nades are going to trade each other as well. They don't know exactly where Zed is. He's going to have a really nice opportunity. He'll pick up 2. He's going to go for 3. That's going to be Saturn's having to trade that out. And now it's another 2 versus 3 position. Now this time flipped around. As we got Nutella on the prowl in the back alley, we got Saturn's taking a look. He picked up the Krig. He's looking on the backside, but he doesn't know that Nutella's in the corner. It doesn't matter, though. General Gore will catch it, and that's going to be bombed down. And 31er, they're not going to make the same mistake that Ducks made. They see the bomb. They see a nice position to exploit. We're going to have Derox now on the prowl in a 1 versus 3.
Oh, 1v3. Minute on the clock. Bomb's been down. They're holding it hostage, homie, in the ransom. It's damn high. 3 players stacking into triangulating the area. 1 player in the top side. Legacy looking for the tower shots. Doesn't get the intel. Here comes the shots. The smoke is going to give Derek's a little bit of confusion for the 3 players left standing. They're all, look. It's like, hey, did we just see something over there? We did, but it's a diversion. Derek's just trying to sneak in the back. Love it. Love the play. It's going to pay out. He's going to be able to get the bomb, and he's going to be able to get away for free. No, he's not going to collect it. He has made his way all the way through as he knows that there are players here. The body shot's coming in. Derek's feeling it. But it's a little premature. Come on, be honest with me. There's 25 seconds left to go. You just finally picked up the bomb. And the round's not over with yet. Positioning for the other 2 players now is Legacy still holding the fort down on the top side. He's going to get the God tier sense. Derek's the Eagle Chow. Is he going to be able to get it? He does. 10 seconds left. Gore's now on the prowl. He's going to be in. Oh, is he going to get the timing? He is. Dang, Derek's, bro. Sold. Gore clutches those. 2 rounds in a row. 31ers. Not going to sell the bag this time.
Did you grow up playing like Metal Gear? You know, like
I played SOCOM. I played SOCOM, and then I didn't get a chance. Yeah.
Those kind of games.
Yeah.
So Derox throwing that smoke is kind of like you hiding in a cardboard box. You throw the rock, and he's like, oh, and then they kind of all run over. That was the dumbest crap I've ever seen in my life.
And it worked.
You literally just threw a rock. All 3 of them dropped all of their positions. What's that? And they ran towards it, gave him a nice lane. That's got to be the dumbest stuff ever.
And it worked. That's the crazy thing. It worked.
It did. It worked. And that's going to be, nevertheless, still around for 31er as Gore just had the timing there. But only then again in the position here. He's going to catch him lurking in the grass. He'll kill Derox and Caesar will trade it. But it's a 3 versus 4 position. You kill the entry guy on B and then you wrap the bomb. What are we doing in Europe? You killed the entry guy and you're wrapping the bomb. Go to the B side. We should have been seeing the entry side get cleared out and actually had those players from the A side, transitioning over to the B, and that's going to actually lead to Aether getting a nice 2-piece there. We got Karma up top, but he's not going to convert the kill, and the sniper's now looking for him. But now it's too little, too late. The opening is closed. And the bomb is still on the bathroom area here. Caesar needs to pick up a shot with the sniper rifle.
Yeah,
if you're looking at both of the guys for 117, they only got 1 kill to their name, and they're against 3 guys. It's tough.
It's tough. It is. You've rinsed it off in the showers. Gore shutting down the push, man. Oh my, red!
It's over. Yeah,
to a
that's
T. Gore, line him up, knock him down. Three rounds in a row. 117. This Spanish Connection roster, they have been just dogged. Will they be able to fight back, though, as the defense has been pretty much on point so far? Bomb going to be collected. We are going to be heading up and buckling up. Strap them up, boys. It's coming through the jungle site. Zed went big the last time this push came, but a little bit too much predictability goes a long ways. Here comes the wrap. He's going to get good for one. Derek's finally able to shut him down. Saturn's no, but the trades are in. 2-for-2 style. Saturn's holding the flank. Bomb's made its way over, but it's still not going to get connected to the plant. Zed, or Legacy, holding down the fort here in the top side of 10. Oh, you got to hit those, bro. Needed you to go big. Nutella on the back end is going to be able to clear off one. Caesar looking for the damage on the backside. And if you've got the read now, the shot should have surely been heard that they are on to this push over to the B site. And Legacy in a prime position to shut down anybody who is trying to get the spawn plant down. I love the play here. Get the read. Maybe waste a little bit of time and maybe then try to get that B plant. I think that's what's going to happen. As we see Legacy get the back down, the nade shot is going to force a little bit of time, but you're not able to capitalize on it. Look, Legacy is right back on his perch. But the good thing is a lot of time has passed, and he has no idea where these players are. Lo and behold, they're still over at the B site.
He was in a great spot there to at least get the eyes on the site. He's not going to see Caesar plant the bomb here. Now we're going to have a 2 versus 2 position. Now the tables have turned a little bit. That one round that we had a 2 versus 2 where we had the double snipers in the hand of 117, they were actually able to convert that 31er. But now 31er in the position. The bomb is down once again, and now they have the double sniper set up with Caesar having the gun. So we'll look at Caesar to be the star player in this round to really make this convert. Got one bullet in the chamber for the other 2 players on the other team, but 100 left to go. As Legacy's going to take out the gun now, and the pistol will come through and kill Saturns. And I mean, 4-0, this is backbreaker after backbreaker after backbreaker. And pretty much the way that I thought it would go is the way that it's going so far. We got the defense here for 31er. And I only thought they were going to win a handful. I actually expected 117 to win a couple rounds offensively. Maybe a couple strong A pushes, but it just hasn't gone that way. And when you get this big lead on defense, it just makes you feel confident. You have 2 more rounds to go. So still a lot of opportunity here for 31er to convert. The first blood is going to go there onto Aether. But now we got to take a look at Nutella. He's in the bottom wood area. Is looking for another one, but he's going to get caught there. And Derox, you're down 1-0 map count. You're down 4-0. Why are you shooting bodies? You have no place to be doing this right now. But you know what? We love the confidence regardless. And finally, the bomb site's going to get properly chosen here. Legacy will kill Lucky. You've got to win this round if you're 117. You got to get something on the board so that when you go into defense, you have a little bit of cushion to work with. So he's just going to put that bomb down, and we got Legacy. Can't quite see it, but he's got a nice angle here to look on the bottom. The sniper's going to come through. He still doesn't see Saturn's on the side, but he can catch him. And Saturn's will rip that one. We got Gore. He'll miss a point-blank shot there onto Derox, and the 117 hounds are going to come through. That's a good win for 117.
A great win for 117. Needed a round. Kind of getting butchered the first 4. 5th is finally where we stake our claim for a point on the board. They need one more round here in the attack. Obviously, we're talking about benchmarks and, you know, where do you need to be at before we flip sides? I think 2 is the bare minimum at this point. We'll see if they can make something happen now. As the A site's going to be held here. Lucky looking for some bloods. Gore has been spot on today. Lucky has not. Is the bomb still steadily holding the back alley area? We got a hit through the front. Zed's going to get ousted again. Derek's not having it. Picking up his 6th. Next entry player is Legacy. Aether's already made his way up into top wood. Free kill on the Lucky. Gonna be able to double down, get some more. Saturn's tagged up, but he's gonna be out there, so damage gonna be kept to a minimum. And the control now is in anybody's hands. Bomb's in the hands of Caesar.
Oh no,
and he's still...
He left the game.
Oh man, I would have rage quit too if I got read out like that 2 rounds in a row. I'm obviously capping, bro. I'm obviously capping. What are we watching now? Come on. Don't tell me we're going to see somebody back out.
Maybe 117. I think maybe a little bit of a connection issue. He just got removed from the game. Unlucky. But 117, I mean, I guess they're blessed with a second wind here, so to speak, as Caesar's going to get knocked off the bomb site. Now Derox is looking for the kill on the bottom. Bomb is clearly down. Legacy's in a really nice position to see. We got the big pinch coming from General Gore, and they're going to have to find ways to win rounds 4v5 now. Saturn's is going to put the bomb down. The Bison's going to come through, and maybe he'll slide directly into the sight of Gore. They don't know where Derox is, but now they do. As he's only half health, he has the PP-19 Bison.
Oh,
he's going to take the gunplay onto Derox, and he'll win that. We'll
4v5 or not, hey.
Come out 4v5 for these guys.
Absolutely love it.
On 31 or 2 more rounds though. No, yeah, 2 more rounds though left to go. You've got a 4-round cushion. It's possible. You just really need your snipers to make good work and get that first blood so that you can get it on even footing. But if you're 117, you need to start hitting bomb sites confidently. Actually, I lie. We're on the defense now, so yeah, it's gonna be very tough for the offensive team 31ers to win offensive rounds. Here comes a full-on smash. We're looking for a first blood on the entry. It's not gonna come through immediately. We got 2 guys into the trailer. It's Lucky's gonna get a nice kill there. Aether, he's gonna slide it by himself. Unfortunate. General Gore will trade Lucky. It's a 2 versus 4 position. The nade shot will go through, and now it's only Legacy on Trovo. He's gonna get a nice one, but he'll eat that one in the face. He'll say, "Hey, hold that real quick, hot potato."
Yeah. Everybody loves a good baked potato, right? I like mine fully loaded. That one was a round full of fully loaded baked potatoes. I believe we saw 3 nade kills or 2 nade kills. I mean, you're talking about taking down your enemies, you know, down a peg. Obviously, they've already been hit where it hurts most. They don't have a 5th player. It doesn't matter to the 117, though. They're looking for blood. They're looking for revenge. They're looking for justice from game 1. Right now, they have been put in the gutters here in the search and destroy. Let's be real. 5-1 on the frown flip. Well, they get the chances here on the defense now as it's been locked down. Certainty here for the side of 31ers as the wall bangs are going to come through. It's Lucky finding one and Derox teeing off on another. 2 players left standing in Aether and Zed, and they've got bomb. They've got each other, and that's about it. Top side of Woods not as safe as anyone else thinks it to be. As we see Aether drop, it's all on Zed. The flicks are there. But so are the wall bangs. Karma putting the nail in the coffin right there on that round. 5-3. This thing's not over with yet, but anybody else let down that we're seeing a 4v5 after what started to be one of the better search and destroys of the night?
Yeah. A little cheese, 117. They got the second win now, and I mean, not much you can do when you're playing against one of the best teams in Europe. Down a man is very difficult. A tough ask for anybody, but now Caesar's left in this position. He's actually going to get killed, so the equalizer's going to go through. That's 2 for Legacy. Now it's a 3 versus 3, an even round set. If 117 is not careful, they could still lose this round as Derox. He's going to chow the bomb. No coverage up top, rather. His Legacy's going to get a nice one. He'll take another one onto Saturn's here, but he won't actually convert the kill as he's already gone. Doesn't have a bomb.
Yeah.
The Brig is still in his hand as the bomb is going down. It's 2 versus 2.
Yeah, 2v2, 40 seconds on the clock. I don't know how Lucky... Did Lucky not see that guy's legs? I literally spotted him looking down his sight at the bomb site. And maybe he thought it was a down player. Saturn's not going to be able to close the deal on Legacy. He is able to stay alive as he's opted to put the sniper away. And it's paid dividends here. 2 bloods on board for him. Lucky's going to go ahead and pop this bomb heady. Flirting with Legacy. Legacy's not having it, homie. This is a no flirt zone. Saturn's now the last one alive, but Legacy's tucking his tail head for the hills. He's going to play a little hide and seek.
Nice.
And now we are on series point, the 4v5. Panning out here on the B side of the map. They have called 117's bluff. And have ego chow the lanes here in the jungle site. We'll see if 117 adjusts here in this next round, as it could be their last.
Man, it looks like they're making the adjustment. That that B push came in really strong. They've opted now to send a second player to it. It's going to be Caesar now, and Saturn's on the backside, but he's going to get flanked there by General Gore, and a whole bunch of trades are going to come. Now suddenly it's even, and they've got the bomb in their hand. They're against Derox and Lucky. The same 2 players, I believe, that clutched it up last time, or maybe...
No, they sold.
One of
they
them
lost.
For sure. It's
yeah.
going to be Legacy. It's going to be Legacy here, and Aether. Aether's been a lethal sub this entire series. I love this. They're going to take this wrap across and try to work a little bit of map space here as Derox and Lucky are left in the dust, not knowing exactly where the site is going. Nade in the pocket and a trophy system. And 2 nades in the pocket for the side of 31ers. Would love to see both of these tossed. Try to get a first blood. But if I'm these guys and I'm in this position, we've got a whole minute to work with. I'm looking for a first blood before I put this bomb down. I don't want my bomb in a compromising position, leaving me 1 versus 2 to defend that. They're going to clear out the trailer. Nice SWAT team action.
Lucky.
The bomb will finally go down. It'll go down CT side. And the nade will come through to cover. So that's a good plant, and now it's a 2 versus 2 situation. Anybody can win.
Yeah, it was unfortunate timing for Lucky is we saw the breach into the trailer site. They cleared it out. Bomb's been down. Hit's been made. 2v2 style. Even on all fronts. Derek's now holding the backside. Lucky looking for the entry. There's nobody home. Oh, they're there, homie. Trust. Inside the trailer lurking. One holding down one angle. Derek's gets the slide peek onto the interaction. Gets the blood there. Lucky now going to go ahead and hop the defuse. But here comes Aether. It's not over until it's over. Aether with the clutch. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The series is done. 7-3 win bar a 4v5. 31ers. Rising to the top. Eliminating. And another upset for 117 to deal with. After taking a brutal beating against that Animus team, they got knocked down to peg. Well, guess what, homies? It doesn't get any better here. Thursday is where we see 117 drop yet another series to a team that is on the rise. Damn, Sam, that was a good search.
That was a great series. That was a good search. It was a great hard point. If we're taking a look now, I mean, we gotta look ahead now. We gotta put this in the rear view for a moment and just look ahead to the schedule that 117 has. They're gonna have a matchup with Void, a little bit of a dance with Void, but we've seen Void do some things. We can't write off Void quite yet. That's the next matchup for 117. Then looking forward, they got Icemont. I don't know too much about them. I don't remember casting very many of their games. Actually, you know what? I lied. The road now gets significantly easier for 117. So maybe less disappointments in the future as they have Void. They've got Icemont again, 2 series that maybe you can lose a couple points. Maybe you can drop a map here and there. And then they've got Typhoon. Maybe they can do a little bit of work there. And the next notable opponent, they close out the season quite difficult with Ducks and Kings. But you know,
or just
from what we've seen from Ducks, yeah. I mean, from what we've seen from Ducks, I mean, that's a long time away. So maybe Ducks improves rapidly in that period of time. But their season finale will be very, very difficult going into playoffs. And then you take a look on the other side, and we look at 31ers looking forward. I mean, we've got a series against Enigma, very, very winnable after seeing what they did to the Ducks and to 117. You got to think an Enigma series is very winnable for 31ers. Then they've got Animus on the 21st, so we'll actually see. We'll put them to the test, and we'll see if they can battle with truly another one of Europe's bona fide top seeds. And then they go and they play Kings, Animus and Kings back to back. That'll be a really, really exciting time for 31er. I'm not gonna lie. This is becoming one of my favorite teams to watch.
Okay, there we go. Favorite teams to watch. Deanna, can you second that? I need to hear a, something, a little greatness from the host that brings the bestest to us. Talk to me. That series, was it a banger or was it a dud?
Yes, it was, I think, the best series tonight.
Yes.
Right, in my opinion. After we saw that previous game that was like very, trollish, I could say, right? Because everyone was saying that in the chat. But yeah, seeing this series was actually great. The hardpoint was actually on point. And
was
actually, sorry?
It was, yeah. That's good.
Sorry. So yeah, definitely it was such a great series. I'm happy but also sad because we then went to a third game. I really wanted to see them playing in the control too, but definitely 31ers came here today and actually won against 117. Like, I was like, in my mind, okay, it's gonna be hard against 117, right? Because we said multiple times they are a good team and so on. And then, yeah, at least I just said it prior to the game as last time, but 31ers did actually very good. Starting with the hard point, but at the beginning it was quite rough. Both teams had actually close points, but then 31ers started to get the lead, started to get good rotations. Actually, the last rotation for P2 was very, very good. They had the spawns, right? They actually managed to outspawn the 117, and I remember they were like 5 more seconds and they spawned in Narnia, right? So therefore, they had good rotations and they had good spawns. We did have Legacy, who top prepped with 35 kills, right? And then again, I do believe Nutella had some connection issues because I keep saw him disconnecting and connecting. And then going into the S&D, you know, they took the first 4 rounds so good and so nice, right? General Gore picked up so many good kills at the beginning, and also Clutch and Zed with a triple. That was very, very nice to watch. And also we had a couple of 1v2 situations, 1v1, and they managed to clutch it as well. And then when I saw that, Nutella actually disconnected, I was like, damn, they were doing so good. I really expected a win on their side. But guess what? They won. Like, they won. And at the end, Legacy and I feel like Gerald Gore had a big impact in this S&D. They were like both sniping and picking up a lot of good kills. I remember in a round, both were the last one alive, right? Alive. And they actually managed to get the win, clutching up, even if they were using snipers. So yeah, they had good positions. They had good rotations too. And overall, they actually played very, very good in this matchup. And I was not expecting again. And as I said, is such a good surprise, you know, because I was not expecting. So yeah, more to come, I hope. But yeah, we're gonna get we're gonna get a short break, right? And we're gonna prepare for the last matchup of tonight. It's gonna be Typhoon versus Icemont. So we're gonna hear a word from our sponsor Grilla and Code Mobile, and we're gonna be back. And welcome back. We are back after this short break. Obviously, we had an awesome third game. I was not expecting to be so great. But yeah, we are back for the fourth and the last matchup of tonight. It's gonna be Typhoon versus Icemon. Zim, do you have any predictions?
No, I don't really know how this one will go.
Okay.
I think if we had a chance to see a control, it would probably be here. I mean, we've seen Typhoon do fairly well against these kinds of opponents in hardpoint. But then we've taken a look at their S&D and we've got a whole bunch of questions. So maybe Mont has an opportunity here to win a search. I mean, maybe even a hardpoint. I don't recall seeing too much of Mont. I think the last time we casted, maybe they had a buy or something like that. I don't remember too much of Mont, but I've watched a fair amount of Typhoon, and I'm definitely worried about the search. So we'll have to see. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a homer. I'll go Typhoon 2-1.
Okay. How about you, Verdict?
I've got to go 2-0 in favor of Icemon. I'm going to be quite the contradict here. Obviously, we saw a lot from that boy team, and they put on a hell of a show against the Ducks team. But I'm still going to stick to my guns and roll with this Icemon team. They show a lot of potential. They made a few roster changes, and they picked up some better talent. I'm not saying they're upgrades, but Storm is a beast. He's a dog. He's a problem on the opposite side of the map. And with him being, combining with a teammate like Jace and Snooze, I'm expecting better things from this team. And they've got to do it here in a 2-0 fashion.
Fair.
I do agree. I do remember Storm from last season. He was absolutely amazing. I do believe in a few matches that I saw him, at some point he was using the shotgun and it was doing just amazing. So yeah, and combined with Jesse, as you said, I do believe in this scenario and on these maps, I do believe Icemon has a better, it has a better chance to 2-0. But yeah, I can go over the maps very fast. We're gonna start with the hardpoint on takeoff, followed by an S&D on raid, and if you're gonna get the third game, it's gonna be a control on standoff. Slumps is banned on the side of Typhoon, and Summit on the side of Icemon.
You gotta excuse me.
Who won qualifiers?
Icemon did. Yeah,
Icemon,
but
yeah.
Look, we're getting the sheets pulled over our face right now. Who the hell is Fahim on this map? I'm taking a look at the players. BST, Pilo. Which one of those is Fahim, and how did he slip through in the roster changes and not make that? As a matter of fact, the fifth player is Parasite. This is a stacked to the brim team that just happened to make some changes overnight, and this one might not be close as we expected to be. Fahim, Parasite, Storm, Jace, and Snooze?
Wait, who's who? Is BST Fahim?
I don't know, but I'm looking in the VC and I'm looking also in the sheet, and my game just crashed. Yay! No, it didn't.
So Tempio and BST, one of them's Fahim, one of them's Parasite. Cool. Alright, cool. Well, first wave looked pretty good for the side of Mont. They actually did get flipped here, so it's even to go in the P1. Currently, for the time being, Typhoon is in the lead right now. They've got more players on the P1 right now. A couple kills are going the way of Mont as well. We've got some slaying happening in the middle of the map there as Captain's going to get taken out. He's playing really awfully aggressive with the Krig there, but let's take a look real quick and see who the tactician users are. We got BST. He's running that tactician for the side of Mont, and on the other side, we got Captain. He too is running that tactician, but he's opting to go for the tac smoke route. Take a look at the operator, see who the attack guys are. That's often going to be the matchup to watch. That's going to be Mojins for the side of Typhoon. And then his direct counterpart on the other side, that's going to be Mont. Snooze with that attack 5 as well. Take a look. Both of them are running that overclock. Love to see that on that attack 5 position as well, as we're going to see a couple early kills go in favor of Mont, but Typhoon will trade him out. And early time on P2 going for the side of Typhoon. Couple nice kills. We got control of the spawn so far. Everything's going through. We got Rushes in the hill. He's falling, and Yuke is on the bottom of the site here. BST is not going to be able to make the entry point into the hill as Rushes and Ko are on the outside trying to break now. Mont is in control of the P2, but the kills are going in favor of Mont. Now 20 seconds left to go. Mont is in the lead. just about 40 points to 19 by the time this is all said and done, and Typhoon will have the first crack at P3.
There we go, a little bit of a rivalry brewing here. Typhoon late injury into the Mobile Mayhem season, but they have acquired some players in Uke, who has left the Mont roster and joined this team. So maybe this is one for the ages, as we'll see, is lower end of the spectrum for talent, but it is certainly very aggressive here in these first sets of hills. 48-19, Icemont putting the foot down. So far, so good. You going to be able to let one slip right through the seams? No. J-Say is going to get outs, and the spawns are going to remain in hands of Typhoon. Break looking like it might be coming through if Storm can find the last bullets in, but he can't. Snooze drops as well. In trouble in paradise here for Mont to try and get the break. Well, lo and behold, here comes Attack 5. Here comes the Sparrow, the push. It's a double dose of danger. Captain, last player here, waiting for the cavalry. It's Kays, who's right here on the outskirts with him, wins the gunfight. No ADS needed. And the wave of players coming through from Mont are going to be sustained. Are they? No. 20 seconds left for scraps, and it is going to be all over the point. Icemont locking down and securing the sleep, but there's nobody on the hill. What is happening? A little bit of questions scratching my head, bro. There's 20 seconds left for grabs, and we're only getting 10 of those. That might be an L in my book.
We got 14 already here for the side of Mojins. You love it when your top frag is actually your TAC 5 as well. On top of that, he's got that overclock, so he's going to be pumping out TAC 5 waves like nobody's business. Wrapping up the top P2, his team is coming in from the side of the doubles. He's got a nice opportunity here to cut the middle of the map here. He's got that HVK in hand. He'll take one. He'll take a second one here onto J-Say and still be in a really nice position here to cut off. But his team is not actually hitting the entry here. A little bit of a wasted opportunity here for Mojins. You had him on the cut, and now you have him entry onto the hill here. He'll go on ahead and take the first gunfight onto the point, but get knocked off, and that was actually a really, really weird wave from Typhoon. Didn't like that at all.
Not
but
at
another
all.
entry here for Mojins, as the Predator's going to come through for Mont. And BST's working on a couple streaks of his own as well. He's got 23 to go. He's 23 and 11, having himself a game. Take a look at the opening of the scoreboard. Rushes just struggling at 4 and 16. And you know what? This actually it's striking me fairly quickly that we're playing a map that Captain and Co. Rushes aren't actually able to utilize greatly the R9. And as I say that, Captain actually does have that shotgun in hand, but maybe when you draft against a team like this, knowing that this is a team that does run that unique, we've talked about it before, that unique double shotgun setup that forces you to kind of play to their pace. When you get on a bigger map like this and you force these guys into uncomfortable open positions, you see, just take a look at the scoreboard, you've got them in a little bit of a hole here. But we'll see if Captain is able to do a little bit of work with the shotgun and the smoke combination. He does have that. He's going to pop his purifier to go. He's going to push it onto the point right here. A little bit of circumvention happening on the Sparrow. He's just ring around the rosy on him. He's going to pick up 2 here. He's not going to kill the third guy. For some reason, I guess he stopped shooting and he won't burn the third one in time to pick up the kill. Time's going in favor right now of Typhoon, and just as I say that, the break comes through for Mont, the big TAC 5 wave.
Big TAC 5 wave indeed. Now the rush is over towards the P2 site. The staircase is going to be compromised here for one of these teams. Storm now filling it. He's got a Peretti at hand. He has continued to add more. 7 combo in the feed. Let's highlight this greatness right now as the paper plane goes up. Spawn's going to be red. Uke's going to be able to make the wrap through the P4 site. There's one player there in Snooze trying to hold down the lanes, and you got multiples in enemy territory. There goes the Peretti. It's good for 1. Keeping the damage to a minimum. Icemont are running away with it here on the staircase site. Spawns are absolutely brutal to make this transition through. Not only you got to deal with a plethora of operators, but you also got to deal with a mad Vortex player in Storm who is just going to chokehold the hell out of these rotations. Kay's going to be able to slip in. Is going to be able to contest for a moment, but it's not good for the break. 38 seconds left to go. Things not looking great here for the side of Typhoon. Objective now going to be a question. Do you hold this hill? Get the scrap time. You need every bit of it to kind of recoup, but you also got to make the rush over towards that P3 secret site, and you can't get any of those done. Finally, we're going to see Majen make that rotation in, but it's at the expense of getting up some scrap time. No, Captain's still over here. Finally shut down. 15 seconds left to go. Icemont going to be able to continue with the lead and continue with getting the spawns here for New too. Look at him. Is that Fahim? Finally gets shut down, but still a lot of damage here on this rotation.
A lot of damage indeed, and I just want to let's kind of look real quick and take a look at the operators. It looks like Rushes is going to have that claw. And you know what? I think that this could change potentially. I think maybe after this hard point, after you suffer the inevitable loss that it looks like is happening right now, as we have Mont in the lead by quite a bit here. Rush is running a route that may actually compromise his team in the long run here if the kills do go in favor for the side of Typhoon, but the backside is collapsing. But yeah, taking a look at these taking a look at these operators real quick. We got Rushes with the Claw. These are one of your power 2 operators, right? You got the Annihilator, you got the Claw, maybe you say the Purifier is the other one. You really need these guys who are your big fraggers on the team to have these power operators. And if I take a look at Captain, he's got one of them, as the Claw is going to get finally popped by Rushes, but he's only sitting at 14 kills right now. Really need this to be on a guy that can convert this action. I like Mojins on the Tech 5, I think that's pretty good, but we're seeing the operator, the big operators, the Annihilator and the Claw, struggling on the side of Typhoon and not actually making very much value come out of this operator usage. On the other side here, I'm not a big fan of players that take big gunfights and take full-on gunfights, not kind of like bobbing and weaving. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get into a gunfight,
yeah,
there are players who get into very extended ones. They'll kind of shoot at you, then they'll duck behind cover, they'll regen a little bit and kind of come back into you.
Not on a map
then there
like
are players
this.
that it doesn't matter. Like they're gunning you, and you're either gonna kill them or you're not gonna kill them. For players like that, running fast recover, I feel is a complete waste of a red perk. A player like Rushes who's taking full-on gunfights, you're not giving yourself the opportunity really to use the passive that fast recover provides you, where perhaps you'd be better off actually using that tactician, or maybe you'd be better off using like an overclock or something so that you can get operator value. That's not actually happening right now, as Mont is absolutely dominating right now, as JC is going to kill himself on the hill, but the break is going to come through on a very difficult hill to smash. So far, so good for the side of Mont. We've got BST. He's sitting on 37 with the Tactician and that Sparrow in pocket. So he's working on that operator. He's going to have that really fresh for the P1. And it only gets more and more difficult for the side of Typhoon as they've got to deal with Snooze. He's got the Tac 5 wave incoming. Storm has the Gravity Vortex. We'll see that on a P2 potentially. We'll see Tempio. He's going to have the Annihilator in his pocket just a couple kills away. And Jay as well with the Claw here in his hands. I just don't see a way for Typhoon to come back into the game.
I don't either. And speaking of coming back into the game, let's go ahead and jump into some listenings. This one's about over. Let's go ahead and hear the comms of the side of Icemon.
Top yellow, top yellow, top yellow, top yellow, top yellow, jump. Good job.
I'm fucking flashing.
Bottom yellow low, bottom yellow low.
Give me stairs, give me stairs.
Top yellow.
I'm going top red.
One more.
Reset.
Top yellow, one red. Give it next, boys, give it next. Wait, what's that, boys? Give it next.
One more to yellow.
Limits on your right.
Limits is one shot, I think. One on top yellow.
Top red, one top. Nice, give it next.
Okay, go together through arena.
Whoa, behind me, bro. He's on top P2. He's pushing construction, boys.
Track 5, they have
One
track 5.
bottom, one bottom.
Be careful top yellow. I have track 5.
Good shit. One bottom.
Okay, comms there. Gotta go ahead and set up new. Tac 5's popped here for the side of Typhoon. It's now or never. The team is literally, Icemon is literally flirting with a 250, and you're sitting at a buck 36. This one is not good. BSC is continuing to put more damage up. Zim. You still thinking this hard point is going to go in favor of Typhoon, or was this like we overlooked the rosters? Okay, we overlooked
I think I apologize, Mont. I think my lack of familiarity with these guys is what led me to incorrectly pick this hard point, because it's only going to get worse for Typhoon as we go into the S&D. I feel that they've got a long way to go in that game mode. But if these guys continue to perform this way, we could see the S&D as well be an absolute smash. And you hit it right on the head. The guys that you highlighted to absolutely ball out Storm, he was sitting at like 30 and 17 for the longest time. He's slowed down a little bit, 33-21, but he's absolutely balling out. You said Snooze was going to be a big player. He's sitting at just above double, or just under rather, double positive at 40 and 29. Then we got BST. Don't know who this guy is, but if it's Fahim or Parasite, I can definitely see how this score looks the way that it does. 44 kills for BST. Then we got Jay-Say, 27-34, but he's got 200 plus seconds of time on the hill. Take a look on the other side. I mean, Mojins, he's doing the work here. He's got 40 with 70 plus on time, but his teammates just aren't really converting the kills as Rushes. He's 23-42. He's having himself a tough game. K's, he's negative by 10 about. Yuka's going about even, and Captain's just not finding a way to make that shotgun actually work. You got Captain with the Purifier here. He's going to try to lock down. This is the final wave. You got to be perfect from here on out as the Purifier is going to come through. He's got to try to kill Snooze in the bottom there, but 100,000% it's just not going to work yet. The trophy system's in the corner. It's going to make sure that the Hunter Killer doesn't go the way of Typhoon. And the kills so far are balancing out for Typhoon. Not a lot of space to work with here. You have to make sure you're getting every single kill. You have to make sure you're getting every single trade, but a godlike spawn for Snooze in the backside. He's going to actually lead him to win the transition, and now Rushes and 5. That's going to be K's in a super important spot.
Oh my,
They're going to have to
Snooze.
get up into the point. Now it's only Snooze left on the hill, and Typhoon, hold on a second. It's actually pretty interesting as Yuke is in the hill. He's getting a couple kills now, and the kills are finally going in favor of Typhoon. This Gravity Vortex gun is going to be used offensively, and the claw is going to come through. The slaying is happening now for Typhoon. They've got all 5 players in the feed. Now it's just an ocean of yellow for the side of Typhoon. They're continuing to get kills, and they're turning on at the right time. The Predator missile is coming through. That's going to get a couple kills. It's a split spawn, though, so it is quite dangerous now for the side of Typhoon. We're going to have to make sure that we're on top of these trades, but the claw is going to go down. That's going to be a big operator conversion, but the break comes through just in time, and Mont narrowly escaped, potentially getting 60'd on that hill and losing the takeoff. At the end, Mont fried when they had to.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. That got a little dicey. I thought that this game was gonna get closed out on P2. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. A lot of fight there still left in the tank. Gun's starting to finally get hot, but it's a day late and $1 short. And again, you said they narrowly escaped. Icemont did. That was almost a great comeback. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like it. BST dropping 55, and you weren't able to tuck. That's Fahim. Okay, Fahim dropped. Of course that's Fahim. Of course that's Fahim. The PO is Parasite. That makes sense. Parasite is Spanish.
There we go.
And we heard some, a little bit of the comms, and maybe a little bit of I don't know. Maybe it's like a little bit of that language barrier, right? Maybe it's just a little bit of that language barrier kind of interfering. Maybe some of the words that are coming out, just potentially minor. But they got the job done. They put it away. Typhoon put up a hell of a comeback. Just gonna fall shy of upsetting this Icemont team that I have spoke very highly of, and I'll continue to do so now that they've made some pretty huge roster changes. Fahim is a beast, and we saw that. 55 on board for him, as well as a minute 21 on the hill. On the flip side of things, you had Majin put in magical numbers, but it's just not enough. Those gunnies got to come out the gate swinging. Even you came through. He felt bitter about this team no longer needing him, or he's no longer needing them. I don't know what it is, but what a better way to start off your season on another team than facing off against your former team. Put up some solid numbers, but it wasn't enough to get the win. 2 minutes and 46 seconds for JC. I mean, that is a force of a number to be reckoned with. Holy hell.
Wait. Yeah, huge time. I mean, you love to see that from JC. You just let your teammates go slay out. They're doing so well on the map. Just say, hey man, I'm not getting the kills. It's not my turn to get the kills this map. I'm just gonna sit on this time, make sure that we're winning by the end of the game. And sure as day, they can definitely contribute a lot of that to JC soaking up all of that time and winning the important ones on the hill too. Not like he was just getting completely fried. But now we're going into an S&D on raid, and I mean, this is one that we saw Typhoon play. Very different kind of style that we saw from Typhoon. We saw shotguns on this map. If you ask Hitman, the shotgun savant, he'll tell you that raid is probably, if not the worst, or the most difficult rather, map for you to use a shotgun on it. We see these guys use it religiously. We see them pull it out 2 at a time, Captain and Rushes, and that's going to be offensively. Defensively, we also see Captain. We saw him last time. He tried to get into the raid. Into the red area over there by the ring, that red building. Missed a couple point-blank shots in the staircase area. So we're really gonna have to look for Captain to make use of that shotgun if it is something that he's gonna pull out. And I gotta look at Rushes, and I gotta be like, same thing like we said with Brixta when she played against. I don't recall the team off the top of my head, but you struggle in the hard point. You can't struggle in a search if you want your team to win. So for the time being, we'll take a look at that. We'll also make sure that we're paying attention to the bomb carrier situation on Typhoon. Did they take the suggestion last time? Are they going to take the leash off, so to speak, Captain, and kind of let him just run free and try to get these kills and give the bomb carrier over to somebody else to focus on planting those bombs? Or are they going to continue to leave Captain in that jeopardizing position where he has to get a kill or throw a whole bunch of consequences onto your squad. But for the time being, we're gonna have Mont rather on offense. We're gonna see a beat push come out. Real quick, nice utility to come over the ring. And that's going to be Captain running it right down the middle. Mojins will pick up a nice one. And there goes the shotgun early and
Oh my!
Early and often there. Nice round here for Rushes and Co. as Typhoon is bloodthirsty. They are absolutely going to put that hard point right back in the rearview mirror. So we're going to see Mont Snooze go down by a really strong round and a really quick one there. Good response from Mont. Or, from Typhoon.
Great response. Majin calls the number. I saw Storm trying to get the lineup before he even knew it. He caught a fade real freaking quick on the bottom side of the staircase in red, right? Is now we're getting buckled up. The A site is for free if you can get there. Uke is the only line of force of any kind of damage, and boy, he's not hitting his shots right now through the smoke. Can't connect. But the audible here for the defense now is they have let the line in. And Icemon are here to stay, trying to get this bomb plant down. Do it without any casualties. We'll see if they can get the job done. A minute 30 on the clock going to be reduced. You finally able to hit the shot. And that's the opener. J-Say's dropped, and the pack of angry Typhoon players now on the prowl. Bomb goes down. Another casualty to the end. Rushes is on the flank. It misses a few shots, but the follow-ups are there. And yet again, a 1v5 scenario. It ain't happening. Typhoon, we have probably underestimated your search and destroy game based off of what you did against Void. Night and day performances here against Icemon. Looking pretty icy so far for them.
I mean, so far so good. I mean, they're answering some of the questions what we had about them offensively, or I'm sorry, defensively as Typhoon. I mean, 2 quick rounds. The defense, we do gotta keep in mind though that this is a CT-sided map. So we're gonna have to see Mont convert a couple first bloods early and often. We got Captain right here in the pillars area, a little bit of smoke to cover him. He's got that R9, he's pushed up pretty quickly, but he's gonna be the catalyst once again. Can Captain work a first blood here for the team? He's gonna take a look around, he's in the red, sees a little bit of space, but doesn't know that there's a guy up top. He'll take a look at the driveway and pick up J-Say. Now he's in the base. And now he's going to cause a little bit of pandemonium in the spawn here as Storm is going to get taken down as well. And Captain, you can't just let that happen for free as Uke going to kill Parasite on the back there. And Snooze is going to get taken down by Kaze. There's the bomb down, and now it's just BST. That's Fahim. And Captain will go for 3 on this round. And okay, if you're finding a little bit, you're finding some holes, you're finding a little bit of space to exploit. You love to see that if you are Captain. You love to see that if you're Typhoon. But can this kind of production continue throughout the game?
Can I make something, like just one highlight of stats? 1 kill in favor of Mont right now. This is exactly what we saw in that P4 rotation where nobody was winning gunfights for Mont. And finally, 1 kill came through and they were on the hill and they closed it out. We're seeing complete devastation. Captain, he's already found his way in. Majin with a 2-piece with a nade? Storm's going to be able to find one. The bomb's going to get planted now as Storm's going to run right into the lap of Captain. Hello, homie. What do you want for Christmas? Doof Rattlesnake. You got it, homie. Wow. It is down to BST. Fahim now trying to pull it back in for the boys over at Mont. Now as things have gotten out of hand, it is not getting any better. 4 rounds rock solid. Uke says, feel my body shots. And Captain will get the defuse. 3 rounds, make it 4 in a row. And things, again, just spiraling out of control. And we're picking up that same energy that Typhoon left out on in that hard point. Bar they lost, it was a mighty comeback that got shut down in the P4 site. Where I could have seen that game gone either which way if it continued to a P1 reset.
I mean, if you just totally forgot about the first 3 quarters of that hard point, and you just started the series from the back end of it to now, you'd say that Typhoon has been dominating this series, and it looks that way. Right now, they're playing confident, they're hitting lanes, they're absolutely doing what they need to do. And yeah, they lost that hard point on takeoff, but it was very narrow, and in the end, they came alive as Captain. Found a nice kill here, but here's that double shotgun setup that we talk about with Rushes. Trying to make the space work on the backside, but no pinch is going to come out in time as Uke is actually hitting all of his shots. He's making sure that he's converting these kills when he gets the opportunity here. It's a 4 versus 2 situation now. We got to get the gatekeep up top. That's going to be Uke. He's going to watch the retreat happen, and he's going to punish Fahim for trying to get off of the side. Now they don't know it yet, but the bomb has made its way up top, and Uke is in a position, and he is hitting all of these shots. It's a 5-0 lead for Typhoon now. And quite honestly,
Oh,
one more
hot damn.
round now going into defense. I mean, this is your bonus round now. If you win this round, if you're the side of Typhoon, and you're on match point for all of your offensive rounds, surely you can convert one of them. This is looking like an interesting series. We said going into this one that the Search and Destroy was the one with the big question mark. As a big push is going to come out for Mons, but Captain's going to convert it with 2. He's going to look for 3, but he's going to get traded out by J-Say. And that's going to be Rushes now with the Bison in the middle of the map, trying to make it work. He's going to pick up another 2, and Mojins is going to convert the last kill onto Storm, and that's the bonus round. Now we're switching sides. It's a 6-0 lead on the defensive side for Typhoon. We haven't seen this before in this region, at least I haven't. For the first time we're seeing it, and against a team that we thought was going to be superior in almost every way in this game mode.
In every way. I mean, we were questioning Typhoon for the beginning. They got bodied by Void earlier. Downright humiliated right now. These are the questions that needed to be answered. You're going to rise up and step up to the occasion. J-Say finally putting on the clinic that he has been destined for. He's going for the 4. He's looking for the 5th, the ace. It's not happening. Majin shuts him down. He's good for 2. Keeping the dream alive. 3 down, 2 to go. The ace is on the other foot. As J-Say was putting on a bit of a show, Majin's got the one-upper and an opportunity to seal this game out. Deagle for Deagle, he says no. As things start to slow down, 2 players left standing. Mont, you can't sell this round. You had a 5v1. Don't feed the beast. Contain it.
Oh my
Deagle
God.
gets him one shot. Snooze finally able to put him to sleep. But this game's not over with yet. Can't make any more mistakes. And that one looked like it was going to be a just absolute blender of a round for Icemont. Wrong. Still a lot of life here left for Mont. Not necessarily the right kind, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Are we just prolonging the inevitable at this point? Majin. Holy hell, bro. What a clip.
Crazy triple there from Majin. And it came right after, or I'm sorry, right before I was going to criticize him. Like, yo, you have a bipod on the DLQ. He's got the goofy DLQ set up, but it works. He's got the triple to go for it, but Storm is going to get a nice one onto him as we're talking about that. And Kaze is going to now be in a position to try to kill Storm. It's a 4 versus 1 situation. Match point. Can Fahim do it?
Nope.
And he's going to absolutely get hounded. And, dude, we got to highlight this. Fahim, I just saw it in the chat, but it's true. He went from 55 kills, the best performance on that hardpoint, to putting up a stinker with 1 kill on the Raid S&D. And Typhoon's going to walk away with a 7-1 victory. And we said it before, this might be the series that goes to control, but I didn't think it would be in this fashion. I thought it might have been a little bit of flippity-flop action with the maps.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. 55 to a pair of 2s. That's where he ends up at. He got one of those before. Let's just be real. I mean, did it matter?
Nope.
No. On the flip side of things, you got a full house. Full house always beats a pair of 2s. Ain't no question about it. Captain. My captain. My God. What a freak. 10 kills. I think we've seen only one performance that outshined that one this week, and it was... No, it was not. Vague actually did not outshine that one. Captain, you did it better, homie. The Jack... Or the R9, not the Jack 12. Hot damn, what am I saying? The Doof Doof. The R9. The Masters of Snakes. You take the trump card. You win that one. You win those. And you won this series, too. Or this game so far. If we were looking at the last quarter of the Hardpoint game, this series should be over with right now. Typhoon should be 2-0. We weren't familiar with the side of Mont's game, but I gotta say, we were very unfamiliar with Typhoon.
It appears we're familiar now. That
we're familiar with both of you guys. Y'all both came to play, and holy hell, we were both wrong. We're eating words left and right.
And you know what? Another thing that that I was a little happy to see is that it appeared, we didn't get to see them too much on the offense, but it did appear that they took the suggestion and they got Captain the hell off the bomb, and they kind of let him go and do something else. And that really I mean, look at it. You were able to, I mean, defensively, it's not like it matters. There's no bomb when you're on defense. But he was able to exploit those lanes, but offensively, you really give him the opportunity to go without the restriction of the bomb, to go and find those kills and really open up those lanes. He did a great job. Mojins, I mean, absolutely clinical.
I gotta cut you off for a second, because I said that was a full house, and I was looking at it and I was just making a pun, like a punny joke, and I looked at it and it's actually 2 pairs. But if Captain only got 9, I would have been just, I mean, I don't know if you could have made a better reference in that instance, but you guys got the picture. It looked like a full house. They were all full collectively, and I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, damn, Verdict. If Captain had 9 kills, it would have been not a full house still. It would have been a full house, right? Full house is a 3 of a kind and a 2 of a kind, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a full house. Yeah. I mean, God, I was so close. But 2 pairs do trump a pair of aces. And then a 10 high, too. And you don't have anything but 6 on the opposite. Okay, you know what? I'm done. You know, cards are not my specialty, but it could have been if Captain hadn't have gotten, you know, that 10th kill. Damn, bro. That was almost a moment of greatness for me. And it was failed because Captain's just too damn good for me to realize. Oh, boy. All right.
A little bit of high stakes here, though. I mean, we're not talking about more that... You know, you came from this team. He wants to win, so he's putting up a big opportunity. Well, I'm sorry, a big performance in that search to equalize it up. But you know, a little deeper here, as I'm reading in the chat a little bit, it seems like Fahim was he was tripping a little bit before the series, saying that Typhoon, you know, was not a very particularly good team. So we'll see. You can't go from 55 to 1. Still have a still be chirping. So hopefully he's locked back in for this standoff control, and he's looking forward to putting up another good performance, as we do have them on the defense, so they will have the advantage of being in that position as we have Captain. Offensively speaking, Typhoon, Captain does have that shotgun setup. We'll look to him to be a catalyst for space here, as Captain is in front of this hill here. He's looking for Fahim. He's not going to quite catch him, but we got 2 guys over early onto the B side. They've got a tick to go on A as well. But here comes the spawn trap from the side of Mont, as we got Fahim in a really nice position here. The tractor's locked down, so only 1 lane available for the side of Typhoon to actually make use of, as that tractor is going to lock down a kill there. Fahim's in the back alley, and he's pinching, and he's doing all the work on the new spawners here. The tractor's going to push up a little bit and potentially be in a spot where you're compromising a couple kills, but 25 to 18 the lead for the side of Mont. And so far, so good.
So far, so good. Captain has been quiet. The R9 not necessarily making as much noise as it did in the search. Standoff is a map that has been, you know, great. I gotta say, this is a better map to shotgun on. What's going on? What's going on is Ice Monitor just putting too much pressure on you. It's kind of like a Uno reverse card, right? We get into the search, and lo and behold, it was pressure being felt for days. Right now, the pressure onto the spawn side is going to be sniffed out, and it's going to be shut down. Fahim picking up a big 7 kills so far in this first opening round on the defense, and he wants more. 9 bodies left standing. Make it 8. 15 seconds. A miracle. Need a Hail Mary. Captain trying to peek all the way through the granny site. He's made it through, but is it going to amount to anything? I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. There goes the first one. Captain and Mayhem combined for 2. J-Say's now the hope here to shut it down. He eats a Master of 9, or the R9 shot to the face. And we got a little bit of a glimmer of hope, but it's only going to be countered by 2 seconds and 2 bodies left standing. Ticks of progress going to come through, and this isn't CDL, ladies and gentlemen. Ticks don't count for that 5th round of overtime. Got to find some success on that attacking round at some point, just not this round.
I mean, if we're Typhoon, we got to try to remember how that opener went and see that. I mean, you can't see, but if you were them and you were trying to analyze how that opener went, you try to recognize a little bit that that tractor was fairly weak. So we probably are going to see if we can try to go into that next offensive round if we're Typhoon. If I'm on Typhoon, and call for an opening team smash over by the B side. The same way that Mont is currently doing it right now. They open up that tractor, they get a couple kills, the Pred to follow. And now a whole bunch of opportunities now for Mont to convert time onto that box. Is the most difficult site to cap. Captain's in the spawn, but not going to make any work happen for that spawn trap here. Is out. It's only K is left in a position to try to defend the boxes, but it's not going to happen, as Captain is now getting spawn trapped by Fahim. And now to 27 to 20 opportunity here for Mont. They're dominating on the kill feed. They've got 2 ticks to go on the boxes. Whole bunch of map control now. A lot of support for the side of Mont. The teammates are making it happen right now. And now there's absolutely no hope left in recovering on this B site. You got to make sure you're trying to overextend it. Just try to balance out a couple kills. Yuke's in the back now. And Captain, now we got 2 guys in the spawn who can potentially make it happen. So we got Captain in the spawn now, making it work with the shotgun. He's got a purifier here, so potentially gets caught through. But Captain really needs to stay alive and make a play happen here. His team is in a really tough position. He's down 17 to 15. Down a couple kills, but Mojins is making it work in the spawn here. and they're just gonna run right by Captain and try to go for a spawn trap of their own. I think he potentially doesn't know that, and his teammates on the other side are getting punished for Captain's mistake. Now a couple kills for Typhoon, and Captain's actually looking for it here a little bit, but he's gonna get double pumped in the spawn, and he's gonna miss. Now it's up to Yuke to make it happen, get a couple cutoff kills, and actually try to trim down this life lead that Mont has so desperately gained. Because we've got K's on the side, he probably has to make a go work with that vortex, but Snooze will make it happen, and 4 is looking over the middle of the map now. A 9-5 kill advantage for the side of Mont, and he's gonna have to invest that Annihilator. I agree with this call. You gotta look for a couple kills here, as K's is gonna get another one. There goes Captain. Now it's a 5-7 lead. It's very, very doable. You're in the middle of the map. You got an open space here for the Annihilator. You gotta get a couple kills here. He's looking, but he doesn't see it. And Storm's gonna punish it for happening just a little bit too early. Rushes is gonna miss an important gunfight here. And although K's will get one, he'll fall. And it's a 1-4 advantage for the side of Mont. He's gonna be behind 2. BST okay. It's an interesting round. He's got the TAC 5 to work with.
No dice.
He's gonna just go.
That's tough. Nobody on the point either. You don't have any intel. You don't have any. No, yeah. It's one tick of progress. There's a lot of time left. So there's no pressure to peek that site. Well played for you got no respawning. You got to commend. Was that a great play for Storm and team, or was that a bad play and bad call from a Jin who could have gone absolutely hammer and devastate?
Oh, there it goes.
What could have been an opening?
Just like you said.
B hit. There. Look at the spawn. Majin's right there.
And now it's absolutely completely flipped. They've got the entire map control set up right now.
Captain's with the purifier too. Look.
Good. The claw though. Look at the claw. It's getting the value now. All the kills are following.
Oh no.
Oh, but what the hell? Why is Captain in the?
Oh my God. He had a Puri and a Dream. The Dream is still alive, but he's down the homies. Nobody there to collect the point. And he's in the corner, just waiting for someone to make a wrong move. Bluff is going to be called. Now he's going to have to give up his positioning, too. Let's go ahead and dial in. I know it's frustrating. Let's see if the side of... God, I can't remember the name. Typhoon, finally. Yeah, it's hit me. Let's go ahead and hear how the sounds of Typhoon are, as this is their last chance.
Oh, Delhi.
Okay.
One farm.
Yeah, blue.
Okay, I'm smoking still.
Nice.
Watch your lives, Cap. I'm watching you broken.
He's an operator.
One CD tank, Delhi.
Oh, Danny.
One is power trapping me. 2 guys on
Watch
CD tank.
your lives. One's in, hey. Oh, shoot get Delhi.
I'm waiting for you guys.
One's on van, Delhi van.
One statue, one perfect.
Delhi,
Watch your lives. Hey, no, Delhi bull. One back Delhi.
Broken dead.
Oh,
Hey, come guys. Oh shit, 3 lives.
Oh, shit. 3 lives is left. And that's all it takes. 3 lives left. Not a miracle in the world to perform here for this travesty of a control game. Typhoon are going to be eliminated 2-1 fashion there in the series, but what a fight they put up. I've got to say, I don't think I've ever been so amped in a Search or Destroy after being wrong about the predictions. I know you were as well. But I enjoyed every single moment we got of this one. I would have loved to see a little bit more of the control. But it's Icemont coming through with the epic plays. The ultimate deciding factor was that attack round win. That was spoiled. What could have been a 1v4? Or was it a 1v5? I'm going to be honest with you. I can't even recall. This one has just got my adrenaline pumping. Zim, I need to hear what your thoughts are.
I think Typhoon needs to, work on that control a little bit. They need to work on their openers. I watch Captain play, and I watch these guys. First and foremost, rushes. I mean, you gotta be better, dude. Like we're 2 and 3. We're 2 and 3 matches into the season, and we're watching this guy, and he's been disappointing. Coming from qualifiers, he had himself a good qualifier. I remember a couple maps where he caught the attention. But now that you're in the league, you're playing against the good teams. You're playing against the top teams, and you're playing in this particular match against the team you played in qualifiers. You gotta be better, because it only gets more and more difficult when you play against the likes of Narcs, you play against Shark, you play against Marvel, you play against Grizz, you play against Raid, you go and you play against Creed, you go and you play against Karma and Caesar.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. This is a team, I'm gonna just set you up. This is a team that beat 31ers at the beginning of the season.
And look at where they are.
And look at where they are. And look at where 31ers are.
Right.
Anything can happen.
You know,
anything can happen.
It's a testament to, you know, determination on the side of 31ers, actually consistently taking their practice and actually improving. And for Typhoon, you know, maybe getting a little bit stagnant, and if not stagnant, just kind of becoming one-dimensional in a way that teams are trying to figure out how to deal with you. They're doing so, and you know, you're getting punished for it. So Rushes definitely needs to go back to the drawing board, watch these games back with his team, and try to see where he can improve. Otherwise, if he continues to underperform, I don't see a reason for him. If I'm on that team, if I'm the general manager of like a Typhoon like franchise or something like that, if I have somebody on the bench that might be a little bit better of an option in these matches, I have to look at that as a possibility.
You're
So
right,
we'll give Rushes a little bit more of a leash there to perform. But you know, another performance like this, and you might be riding the bench.
Yeah,
as far as captain
you know who's
goes,
not riding the bench? I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna bring Deanna back into the loop. Talk to me, Deanna. You're not riding the bench anymore. You're back in the game. Talk to me. That series looked hella good. I didn't mean to cut you off, Sam, but I had to bring her back in. She was waiting so patiently, bro. She was like, she was just like, can I chime in? Can I please say something? I had to bring her in. I had to tag her in.
Yes. I don't like to stand to be benched. Okay, I like to be here with both of you guys. Not
Diana's the starter. She's the first.
Yes, exactly. First round draft pick.
First overall draft pick.
If we would ever play in the same team, Verdict and Zim, you would be my first pick too.
There we go.
Thank you. What do you think about the series, Diana?
Well, it was as I expected actually. At the beginning, I knew that Icemont has a pretty solid team, right? And they actually did good in the hardpoint. We did saw a couple of players doing a lot of kills, like for example Fahim, he was the MVP, 55 kills, and also he stayed 1 minute 21 on the OBJ, right? Every time when I see people, players that are putting a lot of kills and also staying on the OBJ, I just like, oh, big respect for them. Also, JC was the player that had a lot of OBJ time too, 56 or something. So it's, in my opinion, he's very, very good, and he's a very good slayer, but also a very, very good OBJ. I did saw him play prior, and I think he drops always in every game here on Mobile Mayhem, at least more than 2 minutes on the heal. So as you guys said, it's very good that he is actually playing the OBJ and the other players actually doing the kills. We had a good hardpoint, right? At the end, right, we started with very good on the side of Icemont. They had the rotation, they started to outgun the players from Typhoon. But at the end, right, I think it was that the P4, I think, when Typhoon started dropping score streaks and operators, but wasn't not really enough. And then at P2, I think P2 or P3, I'm not really sure, they Icemont actually won. So yeah, it was a good play on their side that actually dropped very big kills, right? And then going into the SND, I was like shocked, you know, first 6 rounds in favor of Typhoon, I was like shocked, right? They picked up one round in favor of Icemont, and then the last round was in favor of Typhoon. And then going into the control, well, the control, in my opinion, actually Icemont had the control over this control game, right? They started with the defensive side, right? And someone that I watched was actually JC, who was always on the A side holding that point, and Typhoon couldn't had a break to actually push on the points. They actually just captured just 1 tick of progress, right? And that is not enough, obviously, and they lost via lives too, but like they couldn't step on to play the OBJ, right? That was very, very difficult. And then going into the second, looked promising for Typhoon. It was actually kind of close. At some point I saw a small, you know, spawn trap by Majin, but wasn't enough because actually Icemont won 3-0. So yeah, definitely was a good surprise on their side. And after seeing the rosters, and at the beginning I wasn't really sure which player is which, but then when I saw that we have Fahim there, we have JC, obviously Snooze, you know, they are actually a very, very good and stacked team. Also Parasite, right? And I'm sorry if I forgot the 5th player. I think I forgot the player, but like yeah, Yeah. So yeah, it was a very good series, and this was the first one that got the control game. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what happened today. And Zim, you can go over the standings if you want.
I actually can't see the standings.
I actually just posted up in Discord. Got you, homie.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we actually have Animus #1, top of the league. They're leading the pack right now at 80 points. 31 are picking up #2. They're actually tied for 2 with Kings. Them and Kings both sitting at 60 right now. We'll look forward to a matchup between 31er and Kings later on in the season. Got Icemont sitting at 50. FA Ducks, a little bit of a disappointment here. They're sitting a little lower than one would think that they would be right now at 45 points, but nevertheless still in the top 5, still in a playoff position. And then we got 117 as well, a bigger disappointment, even further back at 40, but still locked in, hanging on by a thread at that number 6 seed. Remember, when we get into the playoffs by the end of the season, you gotta be a top 6 team to hop into that. Then you want to be #1 and #2 to lock in that first round bye. We're going to have Zidium at number 20, or I'm sorry, at 20 points. They're at number 7, followed by Enigma as well. We got a 3-way tie for 7th at 20 points with Zidium, Enigma, and Typhoon. And then we got at the bottom of the standings, Void with 5. But, you know, like we've seen in previous seasons in Europe, once we get to that 8, 9, 10, it starts to kind of pan off a little bit. Has not been the case this season. We've seen these teams all been contesting each other, all be pretty strong. And Void, even though they're at the very bottom, they did, I believe, get in late, right? Because one of the teams dropped out. They already got themselves a couple points. And every single time that we see these guys, it looks like they get just a little bit better. So, league is looking really good so far.
Definitely, I do agree with what you said, Zim. It was actually a surprise. Like today, I actually felt very good and about the games, right? I'm still shocked about the third game, not gonna lie. But yeah, overall, it was a great day today, and I'm looking forward for the next one next week. Obviously, it's gonna be an awesome day. Verdict, if you want to add anything else.
I guess I will see you back for Valentine's Day. I hope you guys send me lots of chocolate and lots of hearts and lots of, you know, smooches, whatever you guys can send me. I'll take whatever. I'm not very picky. But until then, you know, join us for NA, which will be starting at 8 p.m. Literally 3 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll be it for me.
Have a wonderful rest of your day or night, guys. Good luck with NA, and we're gonna see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.